listening to Goons, Games, and Gear, the sexiest gaming podcast in the world.
We're back, and it's the 200th episode, so I'm gonna hit this.
Yay!
Woo! So a few notes. For some reason, we are not streaming on Rumble because it's being stupid, so we're gonna ignore that for now.
Okay.
Just want to let you know.
Rip.
We hit the 500 subscriber barrier, which is just a made-up barrier, but hey, we did it. You know, that's
Yeah, we did good today. It was a good day.
It's a milestone.
It was a
Yeah.
good day.
Good stuff.
Yeah, past few week or two, really slammed out some petty shorts, but you know what? It was all worth it. Anyway, so glad to be here. Super happy. I missed all of you guys, even though we basically talk on a daily basis in a group chat. How you guys doing? George, how you doing?
I'm living the dream. Somebody's, don't know whose, and nightmares are technically considered to be dreams. So I'm around.
Someone told me that living the dream is just a white way of saying that like you're miserable, but just trying to live through it.
Yeah, because the way you say it is, "Hey, how you doing?" Oh, I'm living the dream.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
To be fair, I heard that at the gym yesterday, so
Oh, really?
it's universal.
You know what's weird?
Yeah.
No one's watching us on Facebook. That's really interesting. I wonder.
What? I don't get it.
Dead platform?
Dead platform. Hello. So Rob, how you doing? How's your week? What'd you play?
My week was all right. Like I said, I'd gone to the gym a couple times. Gotta get that
Show us
fit going.
that six pack.
It's more like gut, really.
Hot.
But there's been that, a lot of Halo Master Chief Collection, which join us after the podcast. We'll be having a little fun there.
True.
But other than that, it's pretty much work, gym, and Halo.
I have a big announcement I want to let you all know. It's kind of a surprise, but I've basically transitioned to using Microsoft Edge. That's right. It's hear me out.
Well, guys, it's been 200 episodes.
Yeah,
This is also the last episode.
Well, thank you for joining us on Goons, Games, and Gear. It's been a pleasure.
Hear me
Let
out.
me guess. You also use DuckDuckGo as your search engine?
No.
All right. Now hold on a second here. Hold on.
What?
DuckDuckGo kind of goated with the sauce.
Oh, is it really?
That's pretty
never
alright.
used it.
All right. What about
On
Ash
God?
Jeeves? On God?
FR.
Hold on. Do you guarantee it?
100.
So like I mean I like it a lot. I like that my RAM isn't absolutely destroyed by using Chrome all the time.
Oh, you were being serious? Wait,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah. I actually. Oh, well, I did accidentally. Yeah, every time. Yeah,
Oh,
so like, I like it a lot. Also, it has a file transfer feature that every browser should have, so I could just send stuff from my computer to my phone without a huge effing hassle. Like it's just nice. It's literally like, oh, you want to send something to your phone? I'm like, yeah. All right, put it here, fam. That's right.
Google sponsor. Google sponsor us. Thank you.
Who?
Who's Google?
Google and Microsoft.
That'd be
Everybody just do
Ooh,
it.
and,
I do have another thing to add though, because I know 2 weeks ago I went to, or was it last weekend? I don't remember. I went to see Dope, Mushroom Head, Fear Factory, and Static X in Irving Plaza. And during Fear Factory,
X is still around.
Static X is still around. Yeah, it was
Wow.
So the tour itself was announced like 2 years ago, before COVID hit or whatever, and it was the Wayne Static like memorandum tour basically. So they wanted to honor Wayne's memory because it was like the anniversary of his death and everything, and they wanted to do a tour. And Static X and Dope had actually opened for Fear Factory many years ago, and that's what got them their start. Edsel filled us all in on the history while we were there. But yeah, they've had a new singer who goes by Zero, and he just wears a mask that looks like Wayne, basically, in memorandum, and does not want to reveal himself. There's a really good, like, we all know who it is, but the fact that he's like honorable enough to be like, nah, man, I'm not in that band. Like, I work with that band, but I'm not in the band. It was cool. But during Fear Factory, I lost one of the balls on my lip ring, so now I can do
What?
fun things.
Okay, it's over. That's like the one thing holding the friendship together, and you lost you lost one ball.
Unsalvageable.
You only got
That's the
two.
last nail in the
Unsalvageable.
coffin. All right, the real question is though, did you airdrop the podcast to everybody in the concert?
No, because I have an Android.
That's why I hate
We
all
went
three.
to me and Derek went to see Mayday Parade and Real Friends like twice in a row one weekend, and we did it both nights. I don't know if anything came of it, but
It was fun. It was
You know what? Maybe that's what got all the views and not this face.
probably. So
But it was a dope. It was a excuse the pun, but it was a really dope show. So if anybody gets the chance to go check out like that tour while it's still going on, I would definitely do it. They had to cancel the openers, so it was the first time in many years that Dope was the opening band and like had to warm up the crowd. So that was
So,
fun.
You ever see those memes where it's like you have this much money to make this kind of like lineup? How much money? And it's like $5, $4, $3 tiers. Where would Dope? How much dollar amount would Dope be worth in that sense?
I'm sorry. One more time.
Never mind. I hate you. So
You broke my brain, dog. And I was interacting with chat.
Yeah, you interact with chat, you dirty girl. What was I going to say?
Somebody has to.
What hold on, I don't remember. Oh yeah, the whole the dropping of or airdropping the podcast. That was way before we did the 4-way. Like that. This was like what, a year or so ago, Derek?
yeah, I was still a virgin. To the 4-way.
Okay, yeah. I was like trying to how is that possible?
I was born again.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Let's talk. Oh yeah, before we talk about news, even though it's almost 10 minutes in. Like, comment, subscribe. Get us to 1,000 on YouTube. We're literally halfway there now. I can say that because we're 500 subscribers, which is pretty cool. Gonna hit this. Let's see what else. Join our Discord so you can talk to us. Raise 5-star everywhere you listen to us, like Apple Podcast, Spotify, the VODs on Spotify as well. We want to hear from you guys. You want to see these two more often. They're willing to quit their jobs for this, so just let us know. They're willing to risk all their financial stability on this.
They've signed a contract. They've given us blood. We own them now.
We own them. Like them having a job right now is kind of a courtesy to them. Like the fact is they are
gets them out of
willing
the
to
house.
Right, exactly. Well,
Yeah,
they're in the house, but you meant for a job.
Yeah.
So let's get this ball rolling. E3 is canceled.
E3.
Right. I want to do like a dramatic pause for that. I don't have a gas. Damn.
Shocking
Whatever.
horror.
Oh, that's a good one.
So me and Derek kind of like played with this idea on Monday because because Ubisoft bailed. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing because E3 sucks. And I'm paraphrasing. They said they royally suck. They hate E3. No, they didn't say that.
Could you imagine though?
I was attacked at E3. Okay, like I'm never going back there.
Do you know how bad it smelled there? All right, I had to wear a gas mask, man.
I can see that.
I feel like if with it, any sort of conventions or anything or gatherings like these, I feel like a deodorant stand needs to be mandatory.
No, I want one of those like
Sponsored
airlock
by,
situations where you
Urban Hammer.
walk in and makes those loud noises and it's like, psst, and then like everything's cleansed. I
A
want that.
decontamination chamber, yeah.
decontamination.
You still need a way to make the stench a little bearable. So yeah, get like a nice little, like a big old vending machine from like Arm & Hammer and just start dispensing like deodorant.
Yeah. Have pine saw.
Get people
like,
starting to
sponsor
walk
it.
around with
Great.
like extendable police batons and whatnot. I'm like, hey, put the deodorant back on.
Quick shout out. I don't give a fork. I just love the name. I know you just commented Lamau. I just thought I love the name. I don't give a fork.
That's a bomb name right there.
That reminds me of like that'd be like a funny high school way of getting around those online quizzes they do. What is it called?
That's a comment you
What,
should
the
put up.
personality quizzes?
My daughter has been sick, and yes, he should. Oh, okay. I was like,
Sorry to hear that your daughter is sick, Megan. But yeah, Derek, Megan wants to see you do one of those shoey things that she was mentioning on Skyrim.
Chewy?
He knows.
Things?
Yeah. The
Oh, where I
shoey,
drink
right?
milk from a shoe? We're still
Ew.
going on about that?
Dude, what is
The-
I
the
may or
milk
may not have
sounds bad.
investigated it.
You
but-
never
No,
came
did
for
I
the
miss
Skyrim
something here?
streams, all right?
Derek
It
lied
was
for
a
like
weird
2
time.
weeks, and this apparently talking about drinking milk out of a shoe. That's okay.
Yeah, I made a promise. One day
I mean,
I'll
I've
do
heard
it.
of
No,
Bailey's
no,
out
no.
of the shoe, but not
She
milk.
asked if you would drink. No, it was drink like beer from the shoe. That's the shoey. Otherwise, she asked if you would do like
even better.
the milk
Perfect.
I mean,
challenge
you could
where
do
you
that
drink
with
like
Blast
colored.
Boot.
It was
That's like
either
fast
like
food stuff.
beer from a shoe, or it was like food coloring and milk. Is the two things that.
Oh, right.
No
Yeah,
matter
no.
what
Yeah.
it is, it's gross to drink out of a shoe. Am I the
Yeah,
crazy
but would
one?
you drink out of my shoe?
Well, that's different.
Yes. Yes.
I do a lot. I do a lot in your shoe.
Yeah, I do a lot. I wouldn't just drink. I do a lot to that shoe. I mean, I would tie it. I would probably like put
Shine
a
it.
tongue in. I'd put a tongue in,
Yeah.
in whatever way you want to think about that.
Relace it.
I'd install
tie it up.
Heelys, which I want to come back. I want Heelys to make a return.
Yes. Heelys and soaps.
I want them to
I
make
use
soap
soap daily.
shoes
I
in
don't
my
know
size,
why.
so I
Soap
can
still
absolutely
so hold on.
eat it on the pavement.
Not
So,
not
soap
bar
still exists.
soap.
Yeah, it's a word exists.
Soaps
why you
with
saw
a
all the-
plural, and it was a type of shoe.
It was
a
the shoe that they did in
What?
like Sonic Adventure, where like these shoes had like a
Sonic
special
Adventure.
plate put in, like right on the arch of the sole, where you could basically like literally grind on rails with your shoes, like Sonic did.
Brackley,
Hey,
let
what's
us
up,
see it back.
Brackley?
E3
What?
is like it was like the video game convention of the year for like
The Electronic Entertainment Expo,
Yeah.
EEE or E3.
it was like the biggest thing before the internet kind of destroyed everything else. But so yeah, E3 is just where like all video game companies come together and like put on presentations, basically just to hype themselves up for stockholders. But then Nintendo went rogue and they're like, why are we doing this? We can just film ourselves for free. And then they just started tradition of Nintendo Directs. And then I want to say Sony or
Yes.
Sony copied it.
Yep,
And then-
Sony copied it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Sony has State of Play.
State of
right?
Play.
State of play.
Yeah, which I think
Yeah.
is a way cooler name. And then Microsoft just has something that no one cares about. Like, so I mean, I guess now because it has Game Pass, it's a little. What's it called?
Right.
Xbox Direct.
It's like Xbox Insider something.
Oh,
Insider
either way.
program or something.
E3 also. Oh, sorry.
No, continue.
Oh, I was gonna say E3 also used to be a huge deal because most like AAA developers would wait until E3 to reveal that they were working on a game. So instead of like Gamescom or any like video game tournament like to reveal like a trailer or something, they would wait for E3 where there are thousands of people at the venue, and in the later years they started streaming it, and that's where you got like all your big game info from. So it's like, oh hey, Elder Scrolls 6 revealed at E3.
Yeah,
But-
the trailers at E3 were amazing. It was like the best,
Oh yeah.
the best time to be alive. Like it was a magical moment
Yes.
where everything.
I missed the hype of all the trailer releases back to back from E3, and every like major developer and company would have like their showcase, right? So like Bethesda had a showcase, Nintendo had a showcase, Sony, Microsoft, like EA, they all had their own showcases and would reveal like all of their trailers, and the trailers would be super hype and everything.
That's usually where they announce like, the
Brackley,
new
my
consoles,
dude,
too.
they said what's up to you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, we said hi. We all said hi, actually. We all did.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. You are not being ignored, Brackley. You are not being ignored.
That's where the Xbox got memed on by
Never.
PlayStation.
Perish the thought.
Where PlayStation.
Oh,
was
yes.
Like,
Yes,
this-
E3 is when the Xbox got memed on by PlayStation because Microsoft paid a butt ton of money to go first at E3 when the Xbox One was coming out, and they're like, "Hey, you're always going to have to be online."
for Xbox.
Xbox One. And like all those like negative like connotations that came with the Xbox One at launch, and then Sony came out and went, "Hey, you know what you're not going to have to do with the PlayStation 4? Be online all the time. You want to play offline? That's totally okay with us." And just memed on Microsoft, and yeah.
It literally
Was that
killed
also
the
around the
Xbox
time we got the magical Peggle 2 moment? Or was that earlier?
No.
Oh yeah,
That
that
was,
was Peggle 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was like the 360 era. But that
I
was so
wish I
good.
could have somebody as hyped about Peggle 2 as me for my life. Just have everyone going by like, yeah, rejection received.
Like
I think the best part of E3 though was Donkey's like summaries afterwards.
recaps.
Those are like some of the best videos he's ever made.
There were
Though,
some-
like when
God,
Microsoft
those were
was
classic.
talking about Forza and the Porsche 911, he just like copied it over and over again.
I don't remember that.
Porsche
There's been so many that
911.
I just like
Yeah.
they kind of meld into each other. But E3 as when we were in high school was just like such a hyped week, or it was like 3
Oh,
weeks,
yeah.
right? Like well, I don't remember how many days.
It was like 3 weekdays and then like a weekend, but they didn't show anything on the weekend.
Right. So that was just like when people would be there and playing games stuff like that versus the showcase.
Right.
And,
Right.
it was just like you either get the console the console trailer release for the new console, just like the banger games that are coming out with like the most amazing trailers that. I'm pretty sure Battlefield 1's trailer debuted at E3. I want to say, and that thing with the glitch mob, 7 Nation Army like mix. Remember
Oh
that?
yeah.
That banger, that trailer was amazing. Even if you don't like the
Yeah.
game, that trailer was like, Anyway, so the fact that they're canceling, the fact that they're canceling is really bad for 2 reasons. One, they can't blame COVID because that's why
Right.
they shut down the last 2 years, and
Right.
this year just no one's attending. Nintendo hasn't attended in a while, but they put their Nintendo Directs out within the time frame. For
It like
E3.
coincides with it. Yeah.
Right. Xbox. Xbox owns the building, so you just assume they'd want to be there, but for some reason they aren't. And then PlayStation
Yeah,
also.
the big three aren't attending, and apparently more recently Ubisoft decided, yeah, you know what, we're good.
We out, dog. Right, and I don't know if EA usually had their own segment. I just know that they just play into whatever console.
Right.
But yeah, so it says here the ESA issued the following public statement from Kyle Mardashin-Kesh. I don't know so many words. Global VP of Gaming. Okay, too many titles. Anyway, this was a difficult decision because all of the effort we and our partners had put toward making this event happen. But we had to do what's right for the industry and what's right for E3. Okay, I'm calling that part bullcrap. We appreciate and understand that interested companies wouldn't have playable demos ready, and that resourcing challenges made being at E3 this summer an obstacle they couldn't overcome. For those who did commit to E3 2023, we're sorry we can't put on a showcase you deserve and that you've come to expect from ReedPop's experiences. I don't think they mentioned anything about possibly being back next year, but I don't believe that do what's right for the industry and what's right for E3. The big four companies left. I think them saying, "Oh, playable demo wouldn't have playable demos ready." I don't buy that.
No, absolutely not. I think that's. You know what? I'm gonna break it early. I think that's a load of shit. Like,
God.
I mean, it already had been, but
Yeah, right.
Did it?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have demos and whatnot, I guess I understand it because that's what E3 was always kind of supposed to have.
Yeah,
a
but
way to be able to get on it. But
the problem is it's not that they wouldn't have the demos, right? Like, or is it that they just don't want to put the effort in to release a semi-playable product?
I don't even think it's either. I think they're just making that part up.
I mean, Steam would argue with.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
guess.
Like, I think it's bullshit. I think that they have the games able to be played. They just don't want to because I feel a lot of companies are still in fear of having that cyberpunk explanation, like effect, the cyberpunk effect, where a game gets so hyped and you have a playable thing, and it's you play a demo of it at E3 and it doesn't run smoothly. I guess that could be a cause of concern, but like at the same time, it's like this has been happening since 1995, man. Like,
I don't give a fork says, I feel like it's difficult for these public companies to put all their eggs in one basket. E3 could be a big flop on stock prices for companies like Ubisoft, especially in this economy.
That is a fair point.
That's a fair point, but
Especially if they don't have anything, right? Like we were talking about it the other day. Like Ubisoft has like Mirage and Infinity, whatever the other Assassin's Creed game is, and like that's it. Like, what else are they going to talk about?
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'll be
Yeah,
doing
it'd be
it
a little bit
all night.
difficult to
What?
comment
What
on
was
based
that?
on that.
George's
So it's-
camera was
I'm fixing the
unfocused for like 2
autofocus on the
minutes.
camera.
He's just, like, trying to-
So
I
what?
move
We're just in
around
like
too
a
much, I
content
can't
drought
keep-
right now because of the
Jedi mind tricks.
the
Yeah,
the
Yes.
Fargan economy. There we go.
I
You
mean,
will do E3.
that
Yeah.
kind of. I could see that there being a drought. So like, personally, I think they're full of crap because, again, all these companies pulled out. Giggity. But to your point, and I don't give a fourth
Never
point.
pull out.
I
Never pull out of the homies.
Mhm.
I guarantee it. I
You are contractually obligated to finish in your homies.
That's right.
I don't like.
Well, anyways, yes.
They're the only ones willing. Anyway.
Look, here's the thing, right? Like, yeah, they're putting all their eggs in one basket, but it worked. Like for the longest time.
Again, E3, the first E3 was 1995, and the only thing that stopped it over the past several years was COVID, because they couldn't do things like they tried an all virtual E3 and it didn't receive good feedback because there
Oh, I
weren't
forgot about
booths
that.
for people. There weren't booths for people.
Yeah,
to
that
go
was 2
view.
years
There
ago.
weren't, like,
I
yeah.
don't remember hearing a lot about that E3 either.
It's because the problem is that without being able to go there, without being able to have people with like live press coverage to give their feedback and commentary, it's no different than watching a Nintendo Direct or a State of Play, you know? So it's like,
Also,
I don't know.
The fact remains is that me and Derek put a bunch of advertising budget into that virtual E3 that no one attended, so we just lost all our money in advertising.
Yeah.
You know, that sucked. You know,
Honestly, we were excited when Ubisoft pulled out because we thought we could take their spot for like a live show. And I mean, I guess we're not getting an email back now.
You know how happy I'd
could
be
you
if,
imagine
like,
us on a
something.
live show?
It'd
I don't know
have
if
to
my
be
heart could
18
take something
plus.
like that.
It would have to be
And
18 plus. There's
Everybody
absolutely
sees
no
the
way.
chubs. down
18
below
plus, and we
that
get
the
booed off the
cuts off.
stage for literally slamming every developer out there.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Hey,
I hate
hey.
you. I hate you.
The first thing I would do, hey Todd, I'm tired of
I
hearing
love
about Elder Scrolls 6 and you saying, yeah, we're not talking about Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, praise be to Todd.
I'd
He's busy on
I'd probably
Skyrim.
kiss him on the lips. I'd be like, "Oh, my savior."
Yeah, my big hero.
What's their newest title they're coming about with? What
I
is
think
it?
it's
Starfield,
Elder
I think.
Scrolls Skyrim
Starfield.
for wall paint. It's the new wall paint version.
Yeah.
where-
It's Skyrim for the Etch-a-Sketch. You just kind of like map it out, you know.
Also,
Oh,
don't forget your smart
finally.
fridges will also be able to play Skyrim
yeah,
coming
that's
up too.
true though.
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
actually true.
You can actually do that.
Everything he said is
I
true.
am aware.
You can
and
do it
that-
on a TI-80 calculator. I mean,
I get
anything's
thrown out
possible.
of my house for yelling Fusro Da at 3 a.m.
Hey, I
while I'm
know-
trying to stuff my face full
I
of
like
groceries.
kick the fridge. Yeah, break it.
So here's a question. If while we're here, and this is a perfect time because E3 would have let us know. What do you guys think is coming out first, GTA 6 or Elder Scrolls 6?
Mm,
I know which one I'm hoping comes out first.
I mean, yeah, I'm
But-
hoping Elder Scrolls, but I
Yeah,
feel
I'm
like
thinking-
it's going to be GTA.
I want to
Right,
put my
because they-
cards in with GTA 6.
because they had that leak where
Yeah.
they had like gameplay. There's,
Right.
and that's like more
There's
than we
progress
see
on
Yeah,
that.
they had a testable
But-
build out of it that leaked.
But if we go by Todd, he says yes. Elder Scrolls 6 is in development. No, I'm not talking about it, so don't ask questions.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Todd also said Fallout 76 was 16 times the graphics, so you know it's like
I've
Yeah.
never
Todd
wanted
said
to
I'd
fight
fall in love
somebody
and
from
be
the
happy,
chess club
but-
more.
I'd like to go back to what Derek just said. He said he'd fall in love and be
No,
happy.
Rob muffled it. Nobody heard that. Look, Todd
go ahead.
guaranteed it to me. All right, he went
You
like
get,
this on
Were you,
stage
were
at
you
E3.
playing, were you playing Skyrim? You got like a letter, and you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be Dark."
It was
Brotherhood."
it was
from
this-
Todd. Like,
Hey
It's
man,
just a
I heard
black
things
hand
were
and it
rough.
just says E6.
It'll get better.
You know.
I think that'd be a great feature if you could like message friends on Skyrim, but it's just through letter. Like that's the only.
Oh, it's like a
aspect.
carrier pigeon system.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Like someone's running, to you, like, "Here's the message," and it's just like a equal signs D. The ultimate letter.
Yeah.
Always kiss the homies goodnight. Love Todd.
Let's see. I don't give a fork says I feel like the could use a lot of the R2 engine where Elder Scrolls 6 needs a whole new engine setup. They already
They desperately need a new engine. They've been beating that poor Gamebryo engine to death for years. It's time to give the old girl a break.
I thought they were for Starfield.
No, they're using the same one.
Am I
That's
wrong?
like the whole problem.
Oh, is that?
You're kidding me. They're still
yeah,
using it?
Yeah, they're still...
Dude, look, all right, it
No
worked
way.
on Morrowind. It's gonna work on Starfield, okay?
No way.
Yeah, the one thing where he's like, Morrowind.
All right, can we use the arrow gameplay that we have built in, just make it more like faster so it still works in the engine? Right. It's like a gun. Yeah, we can. Okay, keep everything else.
Perfect. Like a laser? I don't know.
Like a laser? Yeah, that was really a letdown when I first heard that. Where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna use the same engine. It's like, why?
Why? Just make
it's more of the same.
You're doing literally nothing else.
Guys.
But I mean, it's gonna be at least it's gonna be on Game Pass, so I get it for free.
Right.
That's like the joy of it. Anyway, back to E3 for a hot second here. Yeah, like I always wanted to attend E3. That was like one of my goals in life. Like, be happy, join E3, and slap Todd on the butt. And now that's just not going to happen. You know, it's kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
You know what? You're going to have your best chance June 11th, 2023, where Bethesda is expected to present more details about the game at a Microsoft Bethesda press event called Starfield Direct.
Starfield Direct.
I'm out of here.
God's gonna be where?
Well, don't worry, Derek. You'll
go.
be able to get your hands on them ham hocks at any given point at that day.
You can get
go.
the
And-
last
and
thing
it
on your
is using-
happiness list.
Starfield is using the Creation Engine 2.
Told you.
So why are people excited for it?
Can we get a certified stinky from Rob?
Well, I mean, there is certainly a stinky going on right now.
In the
But if
game
you
or
want my
anything?
stinky, that's an stinky.
I need to
Make
get
that a
as
soundbite.
Yeah.
Somebody clip that.
Stinky.
Rob, you're going to start appearing on the duo casts now
Yeah.
as just a voice line.
The official.
Congratulations, you finally made it, Rob.
I want. I mean,
Yes!
I would
Yes!
love Rob to be a producer. He's in the background. We're just saying stuff. He does like the quips. He just like stinky.
Like,
His face just pops up for sound effects. Yeah.
Then you just hear my voice.
I love it.
You just have to catch me in like a Discord call or something like that, playing Halo or something multiplayer. I feel like I'm a gold mine for it. And
I
you
don't
just
know,
hear
man. I
these
heard
just
some of those
awful
Halo
noises.
I heard some of that Halo commentary before. I don't know.
Well, I can't exactly
I don't think
repeat
we-
what
I
I
don't
said
think we
there
can say
because
this.
it's
I don't
Exactly.
believe.
No.
No.
All you need to know is somebody was not, in fact, getting their posterior having things done to them that would not be very friendly for this channel for me to say. So,
That's when we stream on the other website.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. We'll save that for the orange tube.
Yeah.
Just don't look up 4-Way After Dark. You might not like what you see.
I don't think you have to even put after.
Or maybe you will.
I think they just assume when they see it on that website.
I mean, like, I think it would have been awesome if we could record an episode at E3, but since that's not happening, we're gonna have to go to like.
Yeah, that would have been
I
dope.
don't
I
know,
would
the
have
library.
It's a library.
the
Does that
library.
mean we start? So once we made it to that point, we can start traveling around with them like streamer bucks and whatnot. Does that mean
Oh,
we
yeah,
get to
yeah.
buy like Gucci
Oh, yeah.
handbags for everybody?
Well, I mean, you can
Yeah,
buy
sure.
your own handbag.
Yeah, you do whatever you want with your money.
Yeah, your money.
No,
I
dude,
mean,
buy me my Gucci handbag.
All right, that's your
I just
credit
wanna-
on this. That's it. That's
Do I get a little something afterwards, or?
I just want a better PC, dog. Like, that's all I want.
you know.
I'm
Yeah,
running
well,
like
what are you
bare
willing to do
minimum
for
stuff.
What are you willing to do to me for it?
I mean, my last graphics card came from you. You got any spares lying around that are better than the one that I'm currently using?
Sure, let me just hawk the whole 3070 I have in my house right
I
now.
have this little
Absolutely.
master sword you could use. It's probably better than your current graphics card.
I have.
I know where that could go.
Into the hearts of demons.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Listen,
the
my current
bane
graphics
of-
card, I can play
Yeah,
games, man.
Ninja
Like,
fight.
It's the sort of MacGuffin. I mean, where else
I
would
was
it go?
I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 the other day. Looking forward to that launch in August.
Nerd.
Shut up.
Oh,
Says the
God.
guy who plays a dwarf paladin.
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah.
Scaly. I like playing scaly
Yay.
characters.
That was a boo.
That's my first lizard character. Whatever. Anyways.
It's your
So-
persona, bro.
What?
yeah.
It's your persona. Except, I
It's my
guess,
first-
scale sona.
You say
Scale
first
Sona,
one.
yeah.
What? You guys.
And
are
that,
crazy.
whatever.
So
I can't wait to bring up something later at the end of the
Shut up, nerd.
That's it.
Rob's a bully. Dude, we gotta have an intervention. Where's HIPAA? Is that still a thing?
I bully it because I'm trying to get in the
Hippos are
pants.
still a
honestly.
thing, yeah.
Oh, so you go with the negging.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, yeah. Negging.
It'll
no,
work
it doesn't
eventually, maybe 50
Look.
years later.
We got Rob and I got this. We know exactly what's up. You know.
Well, it'll get you a charge.
Scaly E3
Yeah.
when? Out of all the words in the dictionary you could have chosen to put on this channel, it was Scaly E3 when.
I'll tell you
I
what. If
love this guy.
E3 comes back in 2024, and we do a live like E3 show,
We're
right?
going.
I will cosplay as a scaly lizard person. I will.
On God, on God.
On God, on
FR,
God.
FR, 100,
No
100 on fleek!
Everyone take off the clothes. Okay. Anyway.
I'm done. I'm done with that.
Oh man, I should not wear a sweater because I am super hot. I guess to end with E3. I'm like nostalgically, I'm sad that it's what?
Take it off.
Take it off.
Yes!
Money
Yes!
I want to see the show the sleeves, dog. Let's go. You paid for them. Show them.
Well, look, when you guys take over a conversation for like a hot minute, that's when I'll take off my hoodie. But anyway, Derek, are you gonna miss E3? Because I know you had. Well, I mean, you used to watch it in the past and stuff like that, and get pretty hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss our reactions to it, but I mean, we're still gonna have like E3 because Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are still gonna do events that week or that month
True.
at least. So
But, like,
yeah, I
it's
mean,
not
it's
like
not the same,
Yeah,
but
but it's not like it's not like a live presentation. It's not like it,
Right, right.
See, the one of the better part of E3 was the dumb moments that happened too, and you
Yes,
don't get dumb
right,
moments on
right.
pre-recorded stuff. They're like, is that too cringy? All right, let's redo it. Versus on stage, you had that E3 crack addict that one year who also then went on to make
Whoa, when was this?
what was that game?
oh, It Takes Two.
Yeah, It Takes Two. Rob, yeah, you gotta look it up. The guy who made It Takes Two, who's and he's insanely
He's insane.
creative. Yeah, he's insane.
He should not be allowed on the stage ever.
He was like the host for like the E3 segment one year. He was just like bouncing off the walls, he went behind the he and then he proceeded to do his work. But
Oh, he absolutely was just doing lines. Wow.
he was
Oh, yeah.
everywhere.
If I made a
he's-
game like
he's
that, I'd
nuts.
have to do lines too.
That's what I'm gonna miss the memes. Memes were also
Yes.
E3's magical. Oh.
I'd like to thank Bill Clinton. He's a real inspiration.
Of all the games he could have what's it called? Sabotage. Why Elden Ring? It's like
Right.
that was. I mean, like everyone thought God of War Ragnarok was gonna win, and yet he just decides. All right, if I was him, I'd be like, okay, if Ragnarok wins, I'm not gonna sabotage. I am gonna sabotage. If Elden Ring wins, I'll take a step back.
That kid's still out there in the streets being a menace. He just literally shows up at inopportune moments when I'm browsing through Twitter and just says some out of pocket nonsense.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, he's the unsung Twitter hero we need, but not the one we
Yeah.
deserve. Like Goons Games and Gear. Follow, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Tell us your favorite color. That's ever since Derek said that, I just want to say it every stream.
I know.
Tell us your favorite
And
color.
no one's told me their favorite color yet, and I'm pretty sad.
Ooh, okay. I am super sweaty right now. That's
Black.
my life update. What?
And purple. Black and purple. There you go.
You think I give a
I told
fuck
you my
about
favorite
what your
color.
colors are?
You didn't
Literally
comment it.
nobody asked.
Yeah, Okay, let's I'm sorry, George. Oh, guys, crying. I don't know. It's
Go ahead.
He's,
So, all right, The Last of Us came to the was ported over to the PC. Apparently, it's abysmal. Apparently, it barely runs well. It has mostly negative reviews at 2,300. It says
Which is about 60% right now.
right.
Yeah, crashes 60%. And let's see, lots of reports of crashes 60% plus reviews are mostly negative. Takes an hour to build the shaders on the Steam Deck and runs under 30 frames per second on low/medium settings. It's not verified. The reason that they point that out is because the creator Neil Druckmann, he tweeted last December that it would grace the portable, meaning that it'd be on Steam Deck or like certified. So that didn't happen, and that's like. How can they possibly
and excessive VRAM use not verified? I heard their Uncharted port. I was seeing in the comments for this article wasn't too hot there either.
It sounds like these ports of PlayStation games are like either hit or miss. Either runs really well or doesn't well at all.
Right.
I need to.
Naughty Dog just
keeps
keeps like messing them up for some reason. I don't get it.
Is Naughty Dog one porting it? I thought they were.
We need a moment here to address something. In the comments, one of the commentators said, "Would we ever do a ghost hunt on stream?"
Yeah, I feel like this is a very important subject matter.
I kind of want to do that. That sounds fun.
There's an abandoned church kind of near where Derek lives. It's like it's by the pizza place at the intersection.
I've been in it. I don't think it's haunted.
Oh.
All right.
Well, wait. Unless the ghost inhabited you, and you're haunted. Oh, okay. Well, no, I was going off like that.
We got some options.
The problem is Megan. We actually need. Actually, we might have hit the threshold, but to live stream on YouTube at least on mobile, it's a little trickier because they hate streamers for some reason. 2, there's no way we could stream it to multiple outlets. It just has to be one because we'd be on 5G, where is the best internet. And 3, we probably need really good equipment. Like everyone would need to have the proper mic attached to them. It'd be difficult. I would love to do it. That's like something if we had 6-digit follower or subscribers, right? Like we had.
Yeah, like.
So plenty of plans.
The easiest way to answer that question is, would we ever? The answer is yes. Yes, we would. The problem is that financially we can't currently.
I keep trying to sell George, the highest bidder, to sex rings, but unfortunately
nobody wants this.
No, we're bidding you at too high of a price.
Yeah, we got to.
That's lower. Fake news.
$5
so
is not
first
too
of
high.
All, no, does what we've shared over the years mean nothing to you?
Oh
yeah, right.
Oh, Rob's been the one canceling.
Let me up in that pussy.
It's getting too hot in here.
Derek's stripping.
Oh yes.
I don't have singles, so hold on. Here's some Twizzlers.
Oh, I love Twizzlers. Candy stream. But yes, I would absolutely.
I'm getting a little lightheaded over here. I don't think the blood's going where it needs to go right now.
I would love to do a ghost hunting stream. That'd be hilarious. Although
you'll definitely have to bucket list that one for later on. But that's really
absolutely yes.
Also, other problems I was thinking of. One, Rob would have to travel a very far distance to make it happen.
Well, but at that point, if we have the means of being able to accurately capture all of that, we wouldn't have a problem with getting robbed.
Spooky ghosts and their ectoplasm everywhere.
Hell, you know what?
9000.
There are probably better places to ghost hunt where Rob is than there is where Derek and I are or where you are.
We'll go to that town in PA that's like always on fire.
No.
We could always go to Gettysburg. I know Gettysburg.
Yeah,
we're going to Silent Hill? I'm in. We're going to Silent Hill? I'm in.
Ooh, we could. It's a real place.
I would like to point out that if you guys ever saw it, it's called Grave Encounters. Probably one of the more scariest films I've ever seen. It's probably the sole reason why I'd be terrified to go ghost hunting, and it's just a terrifying time.
If we're talking about scary films, the scariest film that I have ever seen is called Jesus Camp.
That does sound scary.
Hello
Scariest
Kitty
film I
Island
ever watched.
Adventure. You're the scariest
It's
video
it's
I've
a
ever
it's
seen.
a documentary, but with like it's a documentary, but some of the stuff that's going on, I'm like, no, I'm terrified. Like it's literally like when I want to be scared, I watch that movie.
Does Jesus really love me?
No, because it goes into Southern Baptist churches, man. Like they're speaking in tongues, you know, all this other stuff. They have kids on the thing saying like, yeah, you know, but never mind. Like I don't.
Thank you.
There's some stuff in that and I'm just
wanna
like,
give
no,
a
this is not
quick
okay.
shout out to Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue sauce. Goes really good on chicken.
What the
All right, if we're
fuck
doing a
was
shout
that?
out, Jay Conklin
That is
Photography
Sweet
on
Baby Ray's.
Instagram. Check it out.
I just saw it in the background. It was getting picked up on the camera.
You know, it's
I'm
the
sorry,
song
George, I didn't mean to
Photography on
squeeze.
Instagram. Check it out.
Okay. Back to Last of Us, though. I don't think any of us picked it up, right? Like for PC.
No.
For PC,
Honestly, I've never played it either. It's
You never
just
played it?
it did not look
dude,
like
of
it didn't
all,
look like something I
Did you
wanted
watch
to
the
play.
show?
No.
Well,
That's
watch
that's
it.
fair.
It's good.
I mean, it's a great show, no, but like
I haven't watched it either.
I can honestly say it. Last of Us Part 1, not Part 2, because that's a big old stinky. Part 1, one of the very few games that actually like touched my soul and made me think about life. I was like, wow.
You know what? I've got a hot take about Last of Us Part 2.
It's a good
I
game,
don't
'cause
think-
it's,
No, I don't think it's as bad a game as everybody says. And because unless something else has changed, most of the time people were complaining about what had happened in the game. And I said, what's the matter? You don't want your villain of the game to be humanized? Because that's how human emotion works.
you're talking about Abby, right?
Yes.
Like,
That's how
people
human
being a
emotion
lot of
works.
items.
You have a villain who has their own, like, has been harmed or hurt and seeks like validation in some way, shape, or form. In a post-apocalypse, it's going to happen one way or the other without any major spoilers. And then to go, no, you can't make me have feelings for the villain. They're the bad guy. Fuck you. Villains have more character than heroes. And that's a hill I will die on.
I can understand that, but the problem, at least with Part 2, for me, is that well, I get they're trying to humanize the villain, and she had like her, you know, why she wanted to kill Joel. Like I get
Right.
But like it was so astronomically boring to play as her because like
That's fair.
Like it was that's the problem.
Well, I think the other problem.
The premise is really cool, but I'll still say that one. Joel should have either died at the end of the game or like that kind of death just seems like the end of a series kind of death. Second, it like kind of spits in the face of the first one because the first one like you the whole time you're creating this bond between, you know, Joel and now his surrogate daughter, and now yeah, you're trying to get revenge for his murder, but like the game there's no like emotional connecting build up. It was just like it just fell flat. And Abby, and like playing as Abby, I zero care about her stupid petty love triangle drama, even though she's like an ox and can beat anyone up. I don't care about her. She sucked. Also, I don't know why we're like having some lovey fanfic in our personal chat here.
Well, don't worry. I'm about to take it to the actual chat too.
Gosh.
Now, so if you are interested in what is going on in our chat, feel free to join us live next time.
Yeah. Patreon gets exclusive access to our exclusive access to Cuddles and our internal chat.
You know what
And
my
don't
biggest
worry,
problem with
everyone.
The Last of Us Part 2 was,
I'm
though,
quite single.
is that it's kind of like my same problem with The Walking Dead show, right? Like, after a certain point, you stop focusing on the aspect of, like, the immediate danger and the immediate problem, right? And you start focusing on, like, the human-to-human interaction. And honestly, I just wanted to play it for, like, the fun guy, man. I wanted some fun guys to come after me, and it didn't happen as often.
Well, good news, it's real. It's spreading in Florida. It will be here soon.
Yes. I can't wait. Derek, I'm
Also-
coming over.
The Walking Dead just sucks after like season 3. But anyway,
Yeah.
I have no input.
It's
here,
because
so
I
can't
strayed
say
too far
anything.
from the graphic novel, but yeah. Anyway,
so
I'm-
well, no, continue.
No. I'm just thinking about the next topic, and
Okay, well, just give me
I
one
have
second.
some reservations, but when
know,
we
I'm
get
excited
there, we
for it.
get there.
So I don't think there's no excuse for this. I thought someone else was porting over Last of Us. I thought they had a company who was porting over these games. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, someone
I
else.
don't remember what company it is, but they need to be fired.
Well, but I also blame Naughty Dog and I guess an extension PlayStation because they easily should have been checking over this and saw that this wasn't in a good state to release.
Right.
They like some game companies like indies don't really have the ability to push games more and more because of budget constraints. PlayStation doesn't have the problem, particularly Naughty Dog. I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Apparently, it was Naughty Dog helped, but it was Iron Galaxy who did it.
Yeah, well now it's
So-
Poop Galaxy.
Well, here's the other thing too, right? Apparently, it's some people aren't surprised that the Last of Us port isn't going to do well because apparently the Uncharted port, when it first came, was also not handled well.
What about
God
Days
of War's
Gone?
fine. Horizon's fine. I think
Yeah.
Days Gone runs okay.
And this is like
It's
the
it's
oldest
literally
game
just
out of
the
bunch.
Naughty Dog games. Yeah.
It's the Naughty Dog games, yeah, which sucks because the Naughty Dog games are
Some of the
some of the best Sony exclusives.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Even
With
though they're charging
obvious
more money for that
exceptions.
multiplayer. Yeah, I wish I had multiplayer. Like, I just don't think there's like a good excuse for this, right? You know, what could they possibly say for why this game is running terribly? Like, oh, we need more time. Yeah, you could have had more time, please. You know, I don't think PlayStation right now is clamoring for a release right now. Didn't VR just like release last month? Also,
Okay, so
What?
Your Honor, my client pleads oopsie daisies.
All right, it's fine. We'll let it slide.
That's another soundbite.
Oopsie.
Woo, we made a fucky wucky.
I forgot to put it on here as an article, but I remember reading that apparently the VR2 or PlayStation VR is like not doing well at all. Have you guys heard about this?
It's
I
just
haven't
not
heard
selling.
about it, but it's-
Yeah, good.
Oh, I was gonna say I haven't heard, but it's not surprising considering that the first wave of PlayStation VR was so overhyped that when people actually got it, and at the time, Derek and I both worked together
Hot.
in an environment where we were able to get a chance to basically get hands-on with it, and I wasn't impressed. The fact that like you have other things, sure, it was more demanding on like a PC or whatever, and it was a great accessible means of VR versus like at the time the Vive and what was the other big one, like the regular Oculus, like before the Rifts came out. But the original PlayStation VR, the first wave, was so overhyped that I've never seen more people try to return or exchange a VR thinking that something was wrong with it because the graphical quality and everything was just awful. So I feel like that stigma has probably translated over to their new VR despite new hardware and things like that. So it's not surprising that it's not doing well, but I don't know. That's my take.
So a few things. One, like I always say never be a first adopter for technology. Like the first generation of headset or for VR was gonna be terrible. Like
Right.
Yeah, but it's $550 for the PSVR 2. I thought it was like $400. Actually no,
That's
I'm sorry.
more than
I thought it was like $350.
That's more than the damn console.
No,
And
they overcharged.
And you need the
Yeah.
console to play this, right? Like you can't.
Yeah.
Yes,
You need a PS5,
yes.
not a
Yeah.
PS4. Yeah,
PS5.
that's insane. That's literally putting a 1,000 plus, like investment into this.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. I mean it's the same with like the Vive and the regular Oculus though. Like you need a gaming PC, like a good gaming PC to do so.
True, but I feel like that's kind of
It's still like the cheapest alternative for it, but
right.
like I don't know, VR is just kind of like stupid still. Like it's not as exciting as it should be at this point.
Right. Like the only reason, I mean, I get in terrible motion sickness when I play VR, but like I just want to play
Right.
first person shooters. Like I thought that Medal of Honor game looked really cool when it came out. There's another one. I don't
Played
I
like a
forget what
bunch.
it's called.
I played a bunch of like horror games, like Resident Evil 7 and
I mean, I love when they
Walking
do
Dead
that
and
when they
stuff.
pour over like, or they add a VR mode. I think that's really sweet.
will they add
So,
a VR mode to shower with your dad simulator?
Rob, can you tell us?
Maybe
No?
we can. Do you know that, Rob?
Rob might
Is
know.
there a VR? Is there a VR mode in shower with your dad simulator? Rob, I need to know.
Yeah, we didn't know, Rob. Rob.
It's in my cart. I have to
Rob,
decide
yeah,
to buy
Rob,
it right
is
now.
there a VR mode?
Guys, got Rob's broken. Rob is broken. Restart rob.exe. Perfect. Okay, we moving.
I don't know if Fork says, and honestly, it's not that much worse than their most recent headsets. You're referring to the other,
Leave me out of this.
the other headsets. Isn't there like a premium one that's like 1,000? Like, isn't like the newest Meta
Jesus.
Quest or something? No, not
It's like the Vive Pro, I think, or something like
Oh.
that.
like, I don't know. I can't imagine putting so much money into something that needs something else just to play it. Like with a console, right? You just get it, it plays, it works. There's what? Isn't there? There's no VR headset that just works by itself. It has to have something. connected
The
to it.
Oculus Quest or
The
Meta
Oculus.
Quest.
The
Oh,
MetaQuest, yes. And all that requires is a phone.
Oh,
Yeah.
it plays phone games.
No.
No, you
You're-
play like
Do
full
you
on
guys
VR
not
games.
have
just
phones?
need
You
your
play
phone to
full
set
on
it up.
VR games like
Yeah,
Beat
you don't have a
Saber.
phone. What is wrong with you?
Really? So wait,
Beat Saber is the biggest one that comes to mind because I was just playing that this past weekend at a bridal party, and
Beat Saber is awesome. I wish I got to play it more.
oh my god! So we played Beat Saber, then we played Just Dance, and then the bride
Super Hot
for
is also a really
the party
good one.
that I was going to
Yeah.
was like, if I get Just Dance, who will play it? And I'm like, I will have fun. I'm not going to be good, but I'll have fun. Derek, do you know what song Just Dance Unlimited has? Even 2022. Do you know what song they have? Drum Go Dumb.
Oh.
Drum Go Dumb.
I know you
I
told me
tried
that.
to play it.
I thought it was
Everybody
Boonga
walked
Boonga.
away, and then the internet died, and I couldn't play it, and I was so upset.
so I have a few questions here. One, it's kind of a, or are you like a Just Dance enthusiast? I just never
No.
thought that. Okay, well,
No.
The dance
I
games are
just
kinda
love
fun.
the
We're
song.
just learning things
I
about
just
each other
love the
left and
song
right on
Drum
these
Go
things.
Dumb. I just love the song
The
Drum Go Dumb.
The Michael Jackson dancing game for the Wii. I
that's
love
different.
that game.
I mean, that was like that was ahead of its time. Okay, but yeah, like with these VR headsets,
Yeah.
the fact that this one's more than the PS5 is insanity to
Yes.
me. I didn't realize that. Second, it didn't only it released with like what 30 games, and PSVR 1 games aren't compatible with it, right?
They're not supported.
That's
no.
insane.
Yeah, correct.
I don't get that.
And
Elaborate.
like
anyone.
they're working on updating games to have VR inclusion,
right,
but
and I like
it's like sure, it's cool that Resident Evil 4 remake will have VR inclusion, but at the same time, I don't want to play Resident Evil first person. I
know,
don't.
it's pretty
I'm
scary.
done with it. Ethan was awful.
You could
Worst
you
character.
can-
I finally have found a Resident Evil character that I hate more than Leon Kennedy.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
that vampire
Ethan
mommy
Winters.
though.
Yeah, I mean, you can stare at
No,
Ashley's
give me
being,
my
like, a
bug bays
person.
all day. Fuck Dimitrescu. Bug bays, all three.
but
Yeah, you can get up close and personal with them.
Yes.
I just don't.
The
think,
first time I played the demo, I literally let them kill me because I was like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'll be yours forever.
I just don't think that it should be on the developers to add this new enhancement to make it playable in the PSVR 2, because what it should be is just backwards compatible, and then the developer can decide, hey, I'm gonna make improvements so it's like a next gen upgrade for free.
Right.
Like that's how it should have been. The fact that it's just not compatible at all is insane. That's like
I
Yeah,
think it's
no,
because
that's
they
ridiculous.
they completely changed the controllers. So the controllers for the 2 are a lot like the Vive and the Oculus, where it's like the track pads and stuff. The PSVR 1 used like the PS3 Move controllers.
Oh right, yeah.
Which were awful.
Oh yeah, the one with the little bulb on the end of them.
Yeah, the bulbous.
Gross.
Yeah, but
The bulbous.
I don't think that's an excuse because I think they easily could have remapped.
Oh, it's not an excuse. It's just I'm sure it is the excuse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It just seems ridiculous, and that's why. What do you guys think would be an appropriate price for this? Since you two are PlayStation,
400.
400.
I'll buy it at 400.
400 seems to be. See, like, even though it's only $100 less than the console itself, I think 400 is more reasonable than 550. I also am super cheap, so I'd say like maybe 350. 3 to 350 because of limited game like accessibility right off the rip, right? Like, I don't want to spend $100 less than I spent on the console to get a handful of games that maybe I'll play some of them. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. First of all, the fact that it costs more than the PS5 is just ridiculous. Like that makes no sense to me. I think as long as it's below what the PS5 costs, it'd be at a price point that people would accept. But yeah, 400 is probably the sweet spot. But I don't think it's gonna get that big of a price cut. Like 150, then that's just like that's insane. In terms of like
comment.
What?
Speaking out loud, I cannot comment what I was about to comment. I don't want to risk offending anybody. So
gotcha. So yeah, I don't know. I forgot how we got to this point, but the PSVR 2, it needs to do this too. Apparently, or else it's just going to be a giant flop. Which I can see happening.
It's not the first time Sony has released an item that's a flop, though. Like,
what else?
The
and then
it feels even
the
more
eye
gimmicky
toy
than like the Kinect.
The eye toy. You know what? I'll even go so far as the Vita. Like,
it was ahead of its
yeah,
time.
but at least you could jailbreak the Vita.
The problem is the Vita was ahead of its time. It had potential, and Sony bailed on it. So when it was released, it didn't do well. It didn't. There was nothing to support it. It had great concepts to it, and then nobody caught on because they didn't release anything that really utilized like all the things that it was doing. And then they're like, "Yeah, we're done with it." And it's like now all of a sudden people go back to the Vita and they're like, "Did you know the back is a fucking touchscreen?"
The fact that I bought Sly Cooper 4 and I also got a free copy for the Vita was great. That was a good time in my life.
Oh, that was so cool.
I'm sorry, I was reading internal chat. We're done. You guys are done with internal chat. There's no more.
Wait, what? Oh my God, there's so much.
In that context, it sounds terrible. Okay, we're moving on. Just shut up. Shut up. All right. I'm particularly excited because two of you used to be employees of this amazing place. So GameStop they're trying to explain to their stockholders why sales are down. Now their logic is that big games weren't releasing last year. And I had to bring attention like Elden Ring, Ragnarok, two huge, massive games. I'm sure there's a lot I'm just not thinking of right now.
The New Horizon, Lego Star Wars. Last year was like the best year for games we had in a long time.
What Nintendo property came out last year?
It was Mario and Rabbids Kingdom.
Yes,
Battle.
that's it.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. That's what it is.
Yeah, okay, that too. So say that sales are down by 1.4% when compared to the previous year. According to the report, games are taking longer to come out recently due to longer development cycles, which has a direct impact on sales. So the company is restructuring, which includes GameStop laying off employees to cut costs. And George, go. What the fuck?
All right, good talk.
That honestly got
based on what I'm seeing here, though.
Yeah,
based on
Neither of you was looking when I did it. I was trying to
I really wasn't. I
intentionally
was looking
stop
everywhere
myself
else
from
but there.
speaking. So
Well, I
here's the
hear
big
that,
problem.
Just wanted to touch on
no,
something
Rob.
real
Yes,
quick
please
before you
go.
get started.
Rob, please go. Rob. please
Just
go.
wanted to. Okay. Just make me really tiny.
Yeah.
Or,
I looked in the wrong direction
now,
anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Now I'm big. Embiggened. But it looks like the report. Not only were they putting blame on the developers, they were putting blame on the publishers, stating that they need the developers to put out games and hardware quickly enough to meet customer demand in order to work well. So they're treating it like it's some hot button like Louis Vuitton line or something like that coming out, which,
No.
I didn't realize that games had turned into a designer experience, but go off, I guess.
No.
But that's all I wanted to
The
say.
problem is the
Go ahead.
management with this company. All right, they know what they have to do to fix it. They refuse to fix it. Put retro games in your store. There you go. The company is saved. Stop. I don't know. Do better trade deals for the people bringing games
The
in.
worst trade deal
Help
ever.
your employees. The store by us. The whole staff is quitting. It's gonna be just the store manager soon.
Are they really?
Oh,
I mean, it's
real quick. Which he has to manage 2 stores.
oh yeah, 2
Required.
stores like 40 minutes away from each other.
How? What?
Because they just
Yes.
won't hire another store manager because they refuse
And
to.
he is not allowed to work more than 44 hours. So he has to split his time,
Oh,
22
no.
hours in the local store and 22 in the other.
No, George, it's great. They took away the 4 hours of overtime, so now he has to do
Oh,
it in 40.
perfect.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's great.
Oh,
Yeah, but
so
isn't the
20
store-
in one, 20 in the other, and expect his staff, which the manager of our local GameStop, his assistant manager is also the assistant manager of the other store 40 minutes away. So they have to rely on their key holders and their part-timers to run their stores. And this fucking company, and this is no longer going, you put this topic, no way I'm not cursing. This fucking company expects these part-timers and people who are just trying to make enough money but won't get enough hours because, you have to run a store? Here's 60 hours for a week. Split that between your manager who needs 40 and your assistant manager who needs to make 32. So
It's already
good
70.
luck. Yeah,
What?
exactly.
Well, 60.
I know
Exactly.
So, wait.
Don't go over hours, so you might as well sell as much shit as you possibly fucking can. Sell all of those collectibles. That's all attached, baby. Woo! Attach. Fuck you.
This one,
You
hold on,
want more sales? If you allow something to be pre-ordered, make sure you get it to the store where people pre-ordered it at so that they can get their $300 statue that they pre-ordered 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah, and they also
I'm
canceled
still
Resident Evil
waiting.
for no explainable
Oh,
reason.
yes!
Oh, and I didn't
also
get a
canceled-
call about it. Oh my god, I was so mad.
Yes, they are canceling people's pre-orders because the company is so shit that they cannot and will not notify their customers ever. They will let your pre-order money sit in their registers, in their things, which is money that they haven't actually earned yet on their P&L. They will let it sit there for years
That's insane.
until it's an item not found in the inventory system. And in which
I
case,
can actually
it's still
confirm
money.
that they had something like that in the system when I went to go check in on a GameStop one day. They had it for a copy of Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, I can confirm that too. Do you know how many times I've had to tell people, hey, you have $30 sitting on something that you pre-ordered 2 years ago? Well, what did I pre-order? I have no idea. Do you want
It
your
doesn't
money
tell me.
back? And then GameStop tells me that I'm a bad employee because I'm giving somebody their fucking money back. Fuck that company. It needs
So-
to die.
What? Hold on.
No.
Nope. I just want to ask a question.
Okay, what?
Why do you think I told chat to come pick me up, bro? This is so raw.
With-
So
with the,
animal.
This topic was picked because they knew I would get
Rage
heated.
in the cage.
Well, we always
Let's
talk about
go.
stuff, but so with the whole key holder thing, so is it just gonna be in that particular situation? Is the store manager gonna be like running one while the assistant is at the other location, and they like switch? Because
No,
pretty
much.
Because isn't like the store manager like almost always there, like 5 days a week?
Oh, I live there. You never leave. You work alone from open to close most days because there's not enough hours for another person to be there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time where like you weren't allowed to close the store for a lunch break, so you just didn't get a lunch break. And even then, it was like I don't know. I'd order food and get it
pretty
delivered.
sure that violates labor laws.
Oh, it does, but
Oh.
they ignore that.
Here's the thing: you
What's a
are
labor law?
welcome to
Yeah.
take a half-hour break and close the shutters or lock the doors and put a sign up. You are welcome to do that, but it's frowned upon.
Yeah, they don't like it. It's a big no-no. And then it's like they try during quarantine. They were like, "Oh, we're an essential store. We sell keyboards." What? That's not essential.
Yes, yes.
So we tried to go and reopen the store for a week, and then the government was like, "What are you talking about? Close your store, you idiot."
Didn't they try and claim like entertainment was like a necessity?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
No, it's because they tried claiming that they are not just an entertainment industry. They are a communications industry because of the keyboards, the webcams. These things are
It's a hard
the
stretch.
gaming mice. These
All
are
right,
essential.
so
But
you've
meanwhile, you
seen
go
it
to
on
a
the stream.
GameStop store at that time. We did not have those things in stock. We didn't have keyboards. We didn't have webcams. We did not have mice. So
So
Well, we had
when
mice.
that happened,
Mouses.
my store, you see me rep some of the memorabilia from the store. You break, I fix. They listed us as a communications necessity, which yes, we deal primarily in cell phone and tablets and whatnot. But that's fixing people's devices for when they need them during a pandemic when communication is at an all-time high. I can never think of a single time that I've ever thought of a GameStop as essential. Like, I need this open 24/7. I gotta get that hot gamer juice in my veins.
Dad, you don't
So-
understand. If I don't get the Master Chief keyboard, I'll not be able to talk to my friends. Okay, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna be able to type LOL.
here's the caveat
gotta
to that,
go.
right? Here's the caveat to that. While saying that GameStop is an essential store, we were pick up at door only, which means nobody was allowed in the store except for employees. We had to every half hour, deep clean the entire store with Lysol and all
Really?
of these other disinfectants for people who would not be coming into the store. We had to mask up, glove up, and bag
Nut up.
everything to bring out to the curb. All while they said, however, there are limited ways to pay. People can pay with cash, or people can pay with a... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Cash was later. People can pay with a credit card or a GameStop gift card. The amount of times that people came up and went, here's my debit card, just run it as credit. And we had to say, no, go to a different store, get a GameStop gift card, because I cannot run your debit card as credit. Because their PIN pads, you have to manually bypass the PIN number entering, which means we would illegally be bypassing your PIN number. And the amount of shit that we got as employees during the time that we should not have even have been there was astronomical. And it forced both. There are two full-time employees that work at a GameStop, and they've, since I've worked there, done away with one of the positions in most stores. They now run a temp assistant manager position, meaning some stores get an ASM, like assistant manager. Some stores don't. Most stores don't. I was grandfathered in because I was an assistant manager for 6.5 years. Between
And people thought
a
they actually wanted to
full-time
work there.
between a full-time store manager and a full-time assistant manager, they gave stores 60 hours during this time.
That's insane.
which means we're open for maybe like they decreased the time that we were open. We're open maybe 10 hours a day, 9 hours a day, maybe 8.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's feasible, but to have 2 people who are supposed to be full-time, they literally forced their employees during COVID to spend all of their PTO for the year in 2 months just so that they can keep paying their bills.
What?
Yeah. There was no like
There was no
COVID
like
pay
let's
or
help our
whatever.
employees. We'll
Right.
pay you for a week. No, it was okay. Your store gets 60 hours. Derek takes 30 and gives me 30. We now both have to spend 10 hours of our PTO to hit 40 to make our bills. We're done with our PTO if when the split starts at a weird time. But if I do the general, right? Like January 1st is when most people get their shit. From January to March, we're done. We have nothing left for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So God forbid we actually get sick, we don't get paid.
What I don't understand is, like,
the reason the company is failing is not because of the developers, because GameStop loves to play that, no, it's not us, it's you.
True.
It's
That's
not
true,
me,
yeah.
it's you, baby. I'm sorry. We've had a good run, but
Well, they're
it's
doing
not
it on
me.
the article. Why don't they just do it to their employees too?
It's not. They always do.
Yeah.
They have always shit on their employees and said, why don't customers come back? Because if an employee takes care of a customer, that employee is violating company protocol and going outside of return policy, of PRP exchange, of GPG exchange, to take care of what we're told to tell people so that you buy those GPGs and those PRPs on your games and your consoles. We go outside of what GameStop wants us to do so that we can take care of you. And then the company says, yeah, you just stole from us. You fucked up. And it's like, why? A person bought a controller on sale and got the protection. The sale is no longer going on. They get a free controller. So I'm going to give them a free controller within a year. Nope. You need to charge them the remainder because they only paid for X amount of the controller. No, that's not how that works. They also bought a protection for a year on a controller. So if they come back with that same controller that we replaced for them and it doesn't work right, I'm going to give them another one, because that's what you do when somebody buys something for a year. No. You need to charge a new one on the new controller, and they have to pay for that. But what if 4 months in they need to replace the controller?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter that they paid for a year. You charge them because they used it. The problem with the company and the reason that its sales are down is because they have absolutely shit moral ethics and no business sense. All they care about is the dollar signs. They don't care about their employees. They do not care about their customers. They will put things up for pre-order because pre-ordering is the best way to guarantee that you're going to get this fucking item. Fuck you. No, it's not. It just means that now we have your money, but it doesn't help our P&L. So there's no profit and loss on your money, but we're sitting on your money for an item that we're never going to get in store. But we'll sell on our website and won't let you know. And then when we're completely sold out, you have to go talk to the employees at your local GameStop and say, hey, where the fuck's my shit? And that employee has no answer for you because the higher ups that sit in the desks have nothing to fucking say. They will not talk to the employees who have to deal with the day-to-day bullshit. They just sit there and go, at least I made my salary in a week. Oh, there are people struggling? Don't give a shit. Not my problem. I don't deal with customers. I don't deal with people. I just make money and I tell them what to do. Fuck that company. I'm done.
I have 2 comments here. One, George, you really should have your own Why I Love GameStop podcast. I think it'd be really funny.
That'd be a good one-off segment, I
Yeah,
think.
honestly,
new corner.
I would love to have just a personal one-on-one to air the dirty secrets and put you behind I mean, your face already revealed, but one of those silhouette thing and a voice.
Right,
controller.
and with the voice changer. Well, actually,
You know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit at this point. Hey, GameStop, I kept my fucking name tag, bitch.
I'd also like to update everyone
mind.
that G Phone says, "quote I think I shit my pants." So I just want everyone. Did you hear that, Derek?
What?
Yeah.
Did you everybody
Liza in
update on your
chat.
poopy pants?
Oh yeah. my poopy
Liza
pants.
in YouTube chat says that it's relatable. I know that they have recently just left another retail job that also treats their employees like shit. So yeah, retail. If you're in it and you love it, good for you. But you deserve better. I don't care who the fuck you are. You could be a fucking former felon who's just trying to make it by and work in retail. Good for you. I'm glad you have something to get you by. Get out of retail. You deserve better. I don't care. There are exceptions. I will not go into detail.
Uh-huh.
Retail is awful because not a single person gives a fuck about the people that are working. Not the customer and not the higher ups.
Only other retail workers understand.
Only other retail workers feel
Support
that.
your local union.
That's right.
Yes. Honestly, if you have a local mom and pop shop that will sell you video games, fucking go to them.
Yeah, I go to one locally that has collector stuff. That's like once a week I stop
Yeah.
by there and it has like an
Go
amiibo.
go
It's
to
like-
your mom and pop shops
It's
or buy
not
shit
a
online.
mom and pop one, the one I typically go to, but it's more of a chain out here in the Midwest, I guess would be the word for it. But I usually
Fucking-
go there, and their trade-in values and the amount of stuff they have on offer. It's like GameStop, but if they didn't suck.
I'm so fucking tilted, and I know you picked this topic on purpose. I hope you're getting the views and the likes and all the fucking comments that you
Oh,
want right now.
I got a couple.
Bro,
clips in the
you
comment.
absolutely just trashed GameStop for like what felt like a solid 10 minutes.
I would
Yo,
love to
fucking
have,
killed
like,
them.
You know
They're
what?
dead now.
You know what?
what?
We can run this. I will do this. I don't
want, like,
give
a
a shit.
studio setup where I'm in like a director's chair and be like, just so
Right.
Tell me,
So tell me,
GameStop,
how
is
was it?
The best
Was it
place?
really
You know
that
what? I
bad?
don't.
How
I
was
haven't
the
even
toilet?
drank that much, and you know what? I will air my dirty laundry. I worked for the company. I got a new job because my manager left or
Alcohol,
Left.
Did you a hottie?
was forced to leave. Then they're like, "Oh, hey, did you know that
I
your
was
manager
forced
was
to
under?"
let go.
Yes. Did you know that your manager was under investigation for what? For
A big
violating
dump.
company policy. In what regard? Going outside return policy. Okay. Why? Well, here's the story. Cool. Did you know that you are under investigation? No, I did not, because all I do is try to take care of the customers and keep them coming back to GameStop instead of going to fucking Best Buy, who is obviously a better GameStop at this point, or buying from Amazon, which is the most convenient and easiest way to fucking buy games. I'm sorry. Or
I'll debate you on
directly
that.
from your console or PC. Yeah, so we're going to have to let you go. Cool. You have no store manager and you have no assistant manager. Well, do you want to stay on as the store manager? Why the fuck would I want to stay on as the store manager? I already got another job somewhere else that's going to pay me more.
Right.
Even at a manager's rate. Well, if you stay on, we'll ignore it. Are you literally blackmailing me right now?
That's coercion.
Yeah, that was.
That's coercion. It's blackmail. I'm like, no, you know what? Go ahead. Find me whatever the fuck you want to find me. I'm fucking done with this company. And that is what GameStop does. They put all the blame on everybody else except themselves. Their drop in sales has nothing to do with developers not releasing games quick enough. Sure, it's been a little bit of a dry run. The way GameStop operates is their collectibles, their add-ons, all this other shit that they get after absorbing and then dismantling ThinkGeek. Like, what the fuck? You ruined another fucking great company.
What happened to that?
GameStop bought it and
they
ran it
absorbed it.
into the ground.
They
Yeah, I
absorbed
forgot
it.
That happened.
That's what happened to ThinkGeek. So anybody who loved ThinkGeek, you can blame GameStop for it not being around because they bought it and went, oh shit. Shutting down all ThinkGeek stores. Now you can only buy ThinkGeek from GameStop. Oh, we don't have enough diversity for ThinkGeek? Well, fuck ThinkGeek altogether. That's what happened.
Rest in peace, Timmy the monkey.
Timmy the monkey.
Timmy the monkey.
He was the
Yes.
mascot for ThinkGeek.
Yeah, I'm a little lost. here,
GameStop
too.
had the bunny. I forget what his name was.
Buck the Bunny.
Buck the Bunny. That's right.
What the bunny?
When GameStop didn't give a buck.
Yeah.
Are
that
we
was
getting
great.
like
That was
this
a good
secret
time.
GameStop lore? Like the
These are the
Avengers
dark
Infinity
secrets.
War of GameStop?
I love
Are
it.
you for the bunny or are you for the monkey?
We didn't even talk about the anal beads we had to wear as part of the dress code. I mean, like we were sitting at the counter just jingling away all day.
Mine had multiple prongs. It was fucking awful.
Is it
Oh, yeah,
every-
they weren't
every
just
time-
balls,
Yeah, it
they
had
were, like,
multiple
spiked.
prongs. You could run an electric current, give you a little shock here and there. And
every
Yeah,
time
they
the protection
watched us
plan,
remotely and
one bead
controlled
would
it.
come out and
Yeah,
made it
they
easier.
watched it remotely. If I didn't periodically,
Oh, God.
if I didn't ask you 4 times in a single conversation, if you had a pro membership, if you wanted the game protection or the protection on your console, I would get zapped every time. You want to know why GameStop employees ask you 5 fucking times after you say no to something?
take one of
Why
the
they keep
balls
asking? It's because they keep getting zapped in their fucking assholes. That's why.
Yeah. They take out one of the balls on the beads and it gets a little looser down there. It's great.
Yeah. You say yes, you are removing 1 bead. So
You get fired
I'll
if
hit
you
my
don't-
goal.
don't
that
do
day.
that. Don't do that. Don't say yes just to remove a bead. Tell your GameStop employee they need a better position. There are plenty of other companies to work for that are better than GameStop. They can love video games and they can go find a fucking retro store and work for it because they will be worshipped and welcomed, as opposed to GameStop where they are a fucking doormat and literally toilet paper to the corporate.
Is there like a mandatory number you have to hit for protection plans?
Yes.
Yeah, daily.
50% of the games that you sell.
What? No way
50%
that
of the
number's-
games that you yes, because their GPGs and their PRPs is 100% profit, which means
Yeah.
if you pay that $4, which it went up to, it used to be $3. Like I get it, it's $1, but $1 on top of a $70 PlayStation 5 game, you pay $74 plus tax.
Right.
Not tax on the $4. It's $4. No, I'm sorry. They started adding tax to that. So statewide tax on the $4 because it's $3.99. It's 100% profit for GameStop for their PRPs and their GPGs. So anybody who gets a GPG, a PRP, or a Pro card, 100% of that money is going to GameStop directly. You buy a game. If it's a brand new game, GameStop gets 20% of the money that you paid for it. If you buy a pre-owned game, they get 50%.
I thought 100.
You're
But
welcome.
Hold on. I don't. This is what I don't understand. Do customers? Is it actually 50% of customers buy the protection plan? 'Cause to me,
No,
that'd be
no,
Okay,
it is not. But
Okay.
that is what they expect of their employees. And if you do not hit that 50% GPG or, God forbid, their fucking protection plan on the consoles,
right.
you immediately get a coaching, a disciplinary action, if you will, for people who aren't familiar. So if your numbers are bad, you get written up because you cannot convince other people to spend more money for this company that they do not need to do, because half the time, if something breaks, they will not replace it.
Right. So you get
The
screwed
only thing that
double.
they will replace is a snapped, broken, burned disc or whatever. Your consoles, the amount of things that they will actually replace your console for is fucking so minuscule that spending the extra $50 for a 1-year protection, or maybe it's now 40, I don't know. It was 50 at the time, depending on the console. Roughly 10% of your console. Oh, sorry. The power brick? We might be able to fix that. Oh, we don't have any in stock. Let me see if we have any on the website, and I'll order it for you and get it to you in 5 to 7 business days. Oh, it seems like we're sold out. Sorry, can't do anything for you. Let me email product request and let them know of your situation so that I can help you. Product request responds a month later saying, yeah, we don't have any.
Okay.
Yeah, can we please move off of fucking GameStop, please? The company is
yeah,
dying
We've
not
got, like,
because
2
of
more
game
topics to
developers,
cover.
not because of anything else. The company is dying because the company deserves to. Please move on.
I'll say this. I would love to just have like more of a one-on-one session with GameStop, I'd actually love to hear about it and just like make a more in-depth video. But
Our
really, the
war
point here is,
stories,
like,
make like a documentary.
Honestly,
where it's
yeah.
like brave flashbacks.
I would love it. I think it'd be awesome.
Right. Or write a script up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I guess the point here is that GameStop sucks, and
Stinky
it doesn't.
doo-doo,
Basically, it
pointing
doesn't
the
deserve
fingers
any
at
profit that
people
it
don't
gets.
deserve it.
No.
Yeah.
And the problem with GameStop too, the other reason that they're dying is that they try to make themselves viable for collectors and collector's editions. So they spend all of this money to get exclusive like collector's edition content, right? Like exclusive Resident Evil 4 remake collector's editions, or special steel books for Legend of Zelda, or special consoles for Breath, like the Tears of the Kingdom. They're putting out that money and not seeing it get turned back. So they blame the customers, they blame the developers, they blame the employees. They do not blame the fact that they are putting out more money than they have to put out. Like,
Right.
I understand as a person, I'm in debt. You know why I'm in debt? Because I make poor fucking decisions with my money.
Wow. Okay.
But I am aware of that situation and I am trying to fix it. What does GameStop do? Not us.
Your
It's
fault,
all
right?
you.
They
All
make
of
terrible
you.
business decisions
Gotta
because they
make an
like
executive
got-
decision here.
Yeah,
No, go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Get out what you're gonna say, and then I'm gonna say it.
I was gonna say, like, they got into like the NFT game. They wasted a bunch of money on that. Did
Oh, yeah.
nothing with it. They built a giant stadium in Texas that wasn't used for 5 years. I think it was finally used last year for LCS.
Yes.
And like
It was
it.
finally used for fucking Pro League of Legends. How many people shopping at GameStop are playing League of Legends? None of them, because there's no fucking physical copy of this free-to-play game.
That's right. And League of Legends players don't leave the house. Come on,
Right.
let's be fair.
Okay, so for the sake of George's blood pressure here, why
good,
don't we
dog.
just go on ahead and segue into the next topic we have here?
Derek, oh my god, our
perfect
viewer
segue.
count is now, like, last time I looked at the viewer count, it was at 6. I start going to my fucking rant, now we're up at 10.
Yeah, that's
At least on YouTube.
YouTube. It says for me 9. So that's
I also got a message from GameStop saying they're sending the authorities. We're going to jail, boys.
and that's when George whips out his katanas.
They don't call me Edgy
I'll
Two
help you.
Swords for nothing.
True. All right. So, here we go. Finally, next section here. Also, thank you, George, for that lovely. I think it was like 30-minute rant. That was awesome. So
Derek,
Dolphin-
you ever want to have another one? You let me know. You want
Oh,
face
yeah.
cam? That'll be a conversation that we can have, not on a live
FAPP.
stream, but yeah, we can have that conversation if you really want to.
I'll
I
have
don't
any
care at this
conversation with you,
point. Come after me for $200.
Okay, so how about that Tears of the Kingdom official gameplay demonstration, huh, guys?
I did want to talk about it, but then you two just decided not to watch the video, and it totally needs to be watched in order to contextualize what's going on. So,
All right, get this, guys. Here, I'll sum it up for you. You ever play Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts?
Yes.
No.
So this is Legend of Zelda Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. You can like make your own vehicles now in this game and like fly around and drive around.
you can fuse
You
weapons.
can you can combine weapons like a stick and a pitchfork and make a longer pitchfork. Pretty revolutionary, I know.
Hold on, Derek. I'm gonna have to stop
Wow,
you
they
real
beat
quick.
Minecraft to it.
I'm gonna have to stop you real quick, Derek. I'm seeing this video now, right?
Uh-huh.
Link appears to be right-handed.
Good. That's how you should be.
Yeah, they canonically changed it with the resurrection in Skyward Sword because a majority of people are right-handed for motion controls. So
Did they actually
Link's just right-handed now.
canonically say that?
Yes, they canonically said.
Yeah.
Well,
because
canonically they said
that was the prequel to Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Was Skyward
Hey,
Sword.
Canonically,
Canonically,
they said-
ambidextrous.
Thanks, Rob.
Canonically, they said
Actually,
that it is
you
not the same
gotta-
iteration of Link in every game that you play.
Right.
Right.
Oh,
The
this Link is
spirit of
right-handed.
Link
The
is-
timeline has decided.
Yeah. The timeline has decided that most people are right-handed, so fuck you,
Holy
left-handed
moly, he's
people.
riled up.
Timeline decided. Also, Derek, Breath of the Wild. I mean, I thought it was the end of like the timelines, not. I mean, it's not directly.
I don't know. We have a sequel now. So where is the end of the timeline now?
We're never gonna
With
end.
this, right?
At some point, Tingle's gonna take over, and that's when the game's really gonna get amazing.
Beetle's just gonna fall from the heavens and be like, "Thank you," and
that's
the world would be saved.
I mean, I'm gonna buy it. I mean, just I guess for review purposes and talking purposes. There's some more enemies. Or I think I only showed like what, one new enemy for in that trailer,
it was like the robot thing. Yeah.
Like I have higher hopes for this one. It honestly, but so far it just looks like a DLC expansion. Because like they're like, oh, another Sky Island. It's like
a $70 expansion.
Yes.
Basically. Like I don't
Yeah,
want to
okay,
shit
so
anyone for
let me give everybody a little context about this, right? So I buy Breath of the Wild, right? I play it, I have my little, romp with it, whatever. You want to know what I did with my copy of that game?
Returned it.
I traded it for a Pro Controller to a friend.
Hot. That's a good
You know
feel
what
like
I did
I
with
might
my
have
Got a
copy?
good deal out of that. Yeah.
In my previous relationship, I tried to justify buying the Switch. I said it would be a great family console. I'm not wrong on that. There are so many great games, and my ex was a huge Legend of Zelda fan in the terms of the GameCube and N64 era. So, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, not so much like those were her big three. Said, okay, cool. We have a kid. At the time, he was really young. I said it would be great. We can get Mario Kart. We can get like all these games. Plus, we can play the new Legend of Zelda. She played it for a total of 2 hours. I put more time into it. You know who played it the most?
Your dog.
My 5-year-old kid. Or I'm sorry, at the time he was probably
My
7.
5-year-old dog.
My 7-year-old kid played Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild more than anybody. So my copy went to him along with my Switch, and then I bought a Switch Lite. But that's not
It's okay, George. My happiness went to
stream-worthy.
my ex too. So we could all lost something.
Man, I really wish I had some of those problems.
Whoa.
But I
Here's
think
the
about it,
difference. My happiness went to my
Well,
kid.
no, I don't.
Like what?
Like I don't think you want Derek's problem.
True.
All of it got sapped into a child. And now that child is
we
like,
got him.
yeah, I'm a fucking teenager, and do you have money to
Sounds like
give
a
me
whole lot of
for
problems
things?
that ain't my own.
Yeah,
Like
it's all right. I love that
look,
kid.
Breath of
Michael,
the
I
Wild.
love you.
We got him. Breath of the Wild.
I love kids, Shirley. I love kids.
I
I love kids.
I honestly feel like it appeals to zero Zelda fans and appeals to everyone who isn't a Zelda fan. Like didn't feel like a Legend of Zelda game. It was just an open world sandbox that like you could do wacky stuff in. Look, great game, just not a great Zelda game. That's how I put it.
Right.
You know what I can compare it to? And
What?
it's relevant because it just got a new release.
Witcher 3.
Resident
It's
Evil
Minecraft, right?
4.
It's totally Minecraft.
Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was the Resident Evil game that appealed to a non-Resident Evil core base, and that's why most people that you talk to will and you ask them what's your favorite Resident Evil, they will say Resident Evil 4 because they have never played a game before it.
All right.
It was
Maybe
the game
we're
that brought the
skipping
Call
over
of Duty community.
We're skipping over the actual reason people remember Resident Evil 4. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready for it. You might be ready for it.
I'm ready for it.
Ashley's Ballistics.
Yeah. And now they're in HD. And God bless America.
Ballistics.
I cannot wait to have
Honkin'
somebody
bombs.
screaming in my ear as I duck a chainsaw and take it to the chest for the 50th time.
Let's
But at least
go
I don't have
ahead
to
and
get a
remind
call the
everybody
pervert
that
for
Leon.
suplexing mirror anymore.
Yeah, let's remind everybody that Leon is like 21 in Resident Evil 4,
Yeah, it's
maybe
legal.
22. Ashley is 17. 16,
It's
17.
Japan. It's a different culture.
Ooh.
Oh God.
That's all right.
No.
We all know
we caught
he's
these boys
thirsty
in
for
4K.
Ada anyway. What does it matter? Like, what are we talking about here? He's always down for Ada.
Wait, so
Would you say we do some overtime,
what is
Leon?
what is the connection? I don't understand. So
Oh
you're saying
my
because
God.
it's like it was
I
people's
want to
first
say
games?
something so bad in response to that. I can't
Do
say
it.
it
You
live,
won't.
though.
Are you
I
saying
won't.
it's like their first
Rob,
game? Is that the
message
connection?
me. Like, DM me. DM me.
You good?
I
I'm
don't know.
absolutely pleased as punch.
You can't say that on television.
It's- Yeah, that's why I didn't
But
say it.
but that's my comparison, right? Like
Why?
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are that Legend of Zelda game that's trying to bring in a different community than Legend of Zelda fans. Resident Evil 4 did the same thing.
Okay.
They openly admitted that they wanted to try to bring the Call of Duty community into Resident Evil
Huh.
because it was good for sales. And Resident Evil 4 was a great game. I'm not bashing Resident Evil 4, just like I'm not bashing Breath of the Wild or, the upcoming Tears of the Kingdom. But are they a good part of the core franchise that they're trying to say? Like, should Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom be linked in with Legend of Zelda 2? Link's Adventure?
Yeah, but it did lead into
I don't know.
Chris punching a boulder, so.
Yeah, I mean, and
Which they
reflecting
did a
off it.
callback on some of my least favorite Resident Evil games. And 8, 8, The Village. I'm gonna kill that boulder punching asshole. The game is that meta now.
Why
That
did
people had
never mind.
Whatever.
Man,
It's
you
because
Resident
Ethan
Evil
Winters
fans
is
are
awful.
Starved for content.
Yo, you wanted me heated, and here I am. I'm sorry.
So
Let's
with
go.
Breath
Like,
with
God,
Tears of the
you
Kingdom,
Resident
though-
Evil fans are just Are you guys
with-
okay? Do you need like a blanket
No.
and hot cocoa right now?
I've got
You guys good?
I've got whiskey. I'm good.
With Tears of the Kingdom, it a great trailer. I'm gonna get it, but
I'm still watching it. Like,
yeah, like I really feel like it. And they even said originally it was an idea for DLC. So like, and I don't know, like adding these sky islands was just cool and all, but that just seems like a DLC level of exploration. Unless they radically change the ground, like everything on the ground. That was like they're giving like, oh, now you can go in the sky. It's like, okay, but like the islands are like super scattered and not like this. I don't know. All I'm saying is that while I'm gonna get the game, I agree that I don't believe that it should be $70. So far, at least from what I've seen. Derek, you might be able to attest, but like fusing mechanics really cool. I also think they're gonna need like a out of the gate master mode, so it's just more difficult.
I cracked today. I pre-ordered the Zelda Switch.
Oh, Derek!
But here's my big brain plan, because I'm getting it for free. I'm gonna PRP exchange my normal OLED at GameStop and get it for free.
What's PRP?
The warranty.
Oh.
So my OLED's gonna mysteriously break. And I'm gonna get it for free.
FBI,
hey, just
open up!
remember, Derek. Just remember, no physical damage.
Right.
Look,
They don't replace
I was
that.
playing
The
Five Nights at
GameStop
Freddy's.
employees will tell
got
you that they will
scared.
replace
Oh my
physical
God,
damage.
we're done
They will
talking
not.
about GameStop, my boy.
No, Derek brought it back up.
Yeah, but
I could do this?
I brought up a loophole. Everybody can do it.
That's
No.
that's
They can't because the employee is going to get shit on, and then when
That's
that
not
employee
his
Oh, it's not
decides
my
to
complaint. I don't
leave,
work there anymore.
when the employee decides to
viewer
leave,
count shoots up
GameStop
again.
will come at them and say, "Hey, you owe us money for that transaction." That's what they do.
Well, they better start saving.
Also, Rob, where's my fucking DM?
I'm getting a Switch one way or another.
Oh, God. Derek, how many Switches do you need?
Yeah, but this one's free. I'm not paying anything
All right,
for it.
look, if you can actually get it for free, go ahead. I don't think you should buy it.
Yeah,
You shouldn't pay
My
for
freemium. No. I'm not,
Derek,
I'm
George,
not paying for it.
relax.
Derek, I need Mario Kart so that the four of us can play Mario Kart.
I agree.
No, you
so
guys
buy
gotta
it.
get Mario Maker too. I want to play it.
Anyway,
buy it.
Derek, I need
Anyway,
Mario Maker 2, and I also need Smash Bros. Again.
Okay, again.
Yeah.
Right, so
Derek bought me Smash Bros. Once, and I asked him ahead of time. I'm like, "Yo, is it cool if I get rid of Smash because we're not playing it together, and I don't play it solo? Do you care if I trade that in to go towards another game?" And he's like, "No, it's your game. I bought it for you." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I feel bad."
you should, yeah.
I did. I
Good,
did.
good.
I still do. So now that I'm sad, can we move on from a fucking non-GameStop topic?
We were talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
well.
Derek's one who apparently didn't adhere to your trigger warnings. So, like I was trying to say with Tears of the Kingdom, I'm not super excited for it, but I'm gonna get it, and then I'm gonna hopefully beat it within like 2 days. Right? That's the policy. 2 days, and you can return it.
My next tattoo
Certainly
is
down
fuck
for the
GameStop.
next topic.
Yeah. So
Yes.
Either way, Tears of the Kingdom probably gonna be
Tears of
stinky.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Probably not worth the full retail value, but probably all gonna check it out.
Yeah. So also add co-op, so me and Derek can actually have fun. That's
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does have co-op. Like
Is-
no. I
just
said
two.
add
No, they're saying add it.
Dude, the first
Oh.
hold on, Breath of the Wild 1 barely ran at 30 frames per second. Do you think they could add another link to this? It would
That poor Switch would probably burst into flames.
I would love a Tingle Tuner co-op again. That's
I
how
just-
they work.
I just misheard, so I apologize for that.
Don't need talk now.
Don't
Fuse
need to
mechanic looks
know.
so much fun. It does look a lot of fun. Like how you can
Don't need to know is the name is Don't Need to Know.
Well, I was reading it like letter by letter. I didn't.
Yes, this lovely gentleman called Don't Need Talk Now has bequeathed upon us this information.
Yeah. So the fuse mechanic looks really cool. I want to know if there's a limit to how much you can fuse in terms of like to make vehicles and stuff. So that's gonna be kind of a big thing. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna wear down pretty easily, like in terms of like how fun the mechanic is. Except for speedrunners, they're gonna have like a blast. Like I attached this blade of grass to a cinder block, and now I'm at the end of game 2 minutes. Wow. But yeah. I mean, it like they had to add something to it to make it appealing. It couldn't just been the same Zelda game like they wanted to. I just want I want a hardcore mode, or like make it challenging. The first one didn't feel challenging at all. I only died from like lack of energy or like falling off a cliff. That's like the only times I died. So, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna get it.
Yeah,
though.
the prospect of building a tank in that actually sounds pretty enticing.
Only a matter of time before we get a full tank playthrough. If that's possible, I don't know.
You just need to leave enough to shoot a bomb arrow out of the main cannon.
But like, it's not like you go into some custom menu to build stuff. It's literally like you find one thing. It's like glue. You like glue it to something else, and you keep doing that.
Can you glue my heart back together?
No one broke it, so shut the fuck up. So like,
Jesus.
only one broken heart per podcast episode. Derek's got exclusive rights.
My turn. Mom said
George,
it's
you're
my
happily in a
turn on the
relationship. Shut the fuck
Xbox.
up.
Oh, good. Now you set him off again.
Oh God! Look, if you can build
Yeah.
I want to build a
Look.
helicopter. But
All I want to say is whether or not you're in a relationship, that doesn't automatically fix all of the chemical problems that are wrong with you.
True. That's why you gotta drink milk. Milk helps. That's not milk, George. That's not milk.
That's whiskey.
That's like almost the exact opposite. So I guess show of hands, who here is gonna watch our Tears of Kingdom playthrough live? Anyone? Okay,
I'm going to
George?
the midnight. Are we doing a 24-hour stream?
Probably not. You're gonna go to the midnight?
Yeah.
Aren't you gonna work the next day?
When was the last time you played?
No, I was planning on taking off. I figured we were
All
streaming
the years
day.
I've known you, I
Honestly.
don't think you've ever done any sort of all-nighter before.
I'd
Who,
like
me?
to.
Yes.
There's one time we were close. It was for
No, I have like
Shield.
a chronic illness that actually like my body will just shut down and I'll go to sleep.
We that one time for Sword and Shield we stayed up because we had like a raid. Someone raided us with viewers and we got us like 100 subs.
Oh,
It was, like,
right.
The first that was awesome. I missed that. What the Wolfenstein says hand pink waving. What is that? What?
An emoji.
Is
It's an emoji, dog.
for me, it's showing up as the text. It's not.
Oh,
like,
Can you
Yeah,
please
it's an
stop
emoji.
sounding like you're like 29 going
On
on
each-
62,
look, on
please?
each
You're like
camera,
90
the
years
crowd.
old.
it's
what is
literally
this?
not.
Respect the crowd.
It-
Like,
What does
fucking okay,
semicolon
boomer.
and parentheses mean?
Look. If I add back the broadcast, it doesn't say colon hand dash pink dash.
What is
waving.
this greater
Is that
than
the
colon
tier? Yeah,
hyphen
you're
Wolf.
parenthesis?
Oh, it's
Swolf,
it's
thanks for
nonsense.
stopping
That's why,
in.
yeah.
Thank you for giving us your pink hand wave emoji, despite the fact that some of us, I don't know how this fucking system works that way.
Are literal boomers
Behind
that
some
don't
of-
know what an emoji
I'm
is,
gonna
let
put
alone a
like
colon.
indicators on like the border of your webcam, like this way for me, this way for him. So you can-
Yes, please do.
You're like, I can't figure it out.
I'm
just gonna
you know
have to,
how
like,
weird it
scribble
is
this off
to
screen
watch
on,
a
like,
stream
Post-it
and you
notes.
can actually read my shirt. Like that's fucking weird.
There,
Everything's
I'm
always
gonna-
reversed.
You don't want to read. I mean, I can always pull up and let everybody read my shirt. We might get demonetized. For
No,
it. Not that we are, but
Do I need to find my Shinji getting the fucking robot shirt?
you weren't a huge fan of the first one, right? Of Breath of the
Yeah,
Wild?
Rob, I have one.
Yeah,
okay.
What, Breath of the
Okay.
Wild?
yeah.
It's like a fun game, but Zelda wise, yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, Breath
Like-
of the
like,
Wild. It was
that's why
it
I'm
was
surpri-
fun, but
That's why I'm
it wasn't.
surprised you want to do like an all nighter with it. The problem,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's like the only problem I have with that plan is that it's for a midnight release, and so we're already preemptively tired. Like, you know,
Well, past 9 o'clock, I'm exhausted. So,
right, so like, I mean, really, you just go home, sleep, and then
all right, we
wake up
sleep
immediately.
and then start in the morning and stream.
I mean, I could do it. That's possible. I could like, I mean, I could even work from home at your place. Derek, where are you at this meeting? I was fusing some stuff. I don't know. Just you're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
No,
now.
you put in the time. You put the time in ahead of time, and they don't give a shit. They don't ask questions. Derek, what
Sure.
day is it? I'll come hang out. We'll do a 3-man because I know we
Hey.
can't get Rob there.
Two people.
So just
mean,
pay
hey-
for my ticket.
His office.
No, we'll do a
like,
3-man. I won't play the game. I'll just sit in the background as a hype man going.
Derek, how many people can fit in your office realistically? Like 3? Like
5.
2 chairs.
What?
5.
I mean, if you guys are willing to get me down
Five.
there, we
Can I
can
have
turn it
two
into an orange
chairs?
tube stream.
5 people can fit
Actually,
in Derek's office.
yeah.
Comfortably.
chairs? No.
5.
No way.
Yeah.
How?
I mean, not everybody is sitting, but 5 people can be in
Who
there.
wants to stand in a sweaty small room? You want Rob? You're not even gonna be in frame for the camera if you stand. Okay, you're barely in frame as it is. Actually, no.
Now,
you're
where
not.
is this
Ironically,
coming
you're
from?
like the lowest. What, Rob?
That's so stupid, Rob.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to do like an all nighter with a game we could all get behind. Like we either kind of pulled off an all day for Scarlet and Violet. That was really
Well,
fun.
then let me tell
Yeah,
you about
the real
Raid
all
Shadow
day, right?
Legends.
We didn't get the sponsorship yet.
Not yet. It's Battle Network.
What about it?
That's that could be like an all day thing.
Which
Well,
one?
true. That's not something. But that's not something we can all play together with. I mean, with each other.
Oh, Diablo 4 would be the next one. We could all do
True.
together.
Suicide Squad. No.
Yeah. Well, we
No.
all couldn't play in the
No.
same room. And like, if
Wait!
we're gonna-
Lord of the Rings Gollum, dude. It comes out in May. You can watch me
Well,
play, and
When
I don't know.
in May?
Hate my life.
Because don't forget, in May I'm going to New Orleans.
oh, I don't know.
Okay, so
I
New
don't
Orleans
know.
stream.
Well, stream on-
I'm sure
I-
Jeff and Laura would love everybody to show up in New Orleans.
I honestly thought it'd be so much fun to live stream like a car ride.
Yeah.
Like a
I'm gonna go over there.
a
and
road
make
trip?
it
yeah, like a
everyone's
road trip. Just
problem.
like have it on like
Yeah.
plant on like the
We'll
dash.
do a
and just, like,
vlog.
talk.
Sounds
Yeah,
sweet.
talk. We
There-
listen,
there-
it's
we'd
just the whole
still
thing is
have
Derek
to-
screaming the music because that's what he does.
Listen, I can't road trip it. My plane ticket's being
I'm just gonna
paid for me.
sleep the whole way there. So
first of all, two things. One, I will definitely pull pranks on you while you sleep. George, so you put money into
I'll
a
make
plane
him pull the
ticket-
car over just so I can kick your ass.
plane ticket and not into a computer. Interesting. I find that very interesting.
No, I said my flight was purchased for me.
Oh. There, but you
I'm
pay for him in
being-
the Goons Games Gear Fund, right?
No.
No,
We didn't
no.
do this.
Although
he doesn't bring
one
back
of my
a
best
souvenir,
friends
he's
and
gonna
my
make-
little brother is getting married in New Orleans and
Who's the
wants me
plus
to
one?
go, so he paid for my plane ticket and my hotel room because he knows that
No pets allowed.
Oh.
he makes bank and I don't, and he wants me to be there, and now I am indebted to him for life. I
That's
literally
awesome.
am going to be paying him back for the rest of my life
God.
to make this
Oral.
trip for him
Yes.
Yeah, I
and
was
his
gonna say-
wife.
God.
So,
We're gonna see
You
some
christen the
head bobbing.
wedding
Oh.
that night.
Yeah, I don't know why they want this drunk asshole being there, but
George,
they do. So now I'm going to be
New
there.
Orleans. That's why you'll fit right in.
Wait, does it fall on our like 4-way episode?
Maybe I won't
today?
come back. I don't know.
Well, if it
I have
does,
to find
you're
that out.
still obligated to be on the podcast. Therefore,
Yeah.
you're gonna
I'll
have
have
to.
to. I'll have to log in from my stream, but I will be on a plane on a Friday night. So or a Friday
I was,
day.
hoping, I was hoping
day?
you'd be at the wedding and like you're like dancing. Like,
No,
yeah,
no,
so
no.
I hit GameStop.
The wedding is going to be on. The wedding is going to be on Saturday, but I am flying out on a Friday. I should look
What
at
Friday?
that.
Is it?
I'm
May 19th?
looking. No.
Well, you screwed
Shit.
us.
I gotta.
Tell
All right,
me what
hold
you
on,
really
hold on.
mean.
We're the 31st, so the next duel.
Oh,
is
he's
the
got the
14th.
pop socket too. Ow.
Red Hood, baby, all
yeah,
the way.
I have a kickstand like
Fuck
a
heroes.
man.
Anti-heroes are the best. All right, so
Just hold it
14th,
with your hand, forehead.
28th, 12th. Yeah, there's a really good chance I'm not going to be here for a 4-man. Unless I live stream from my phone.
Well, I think that'd be great and funny.
Yeah.
So,
Unless
George,
you
what
want
do
to buy
think?
me a laptop that I can bring with me.
I would rather get every hair on my gooch plucked than do that.
With my teeth or
I don't think. you'd be able to do
Okay, next topic.
that. Well, actually,
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously,
I
next
would love-
topic.
I would love for a game where all four of us were like in the same room, but
Oh, I would love that.
Mario
I would
Party.
love it.
I mean,
I
that's
I
actually
would
possible
love
because that's possible because it's online and three of us could be in the other three could be in the same room because obviously
Right.
Rob's. That's not a bad idea. We could do the Mario Party, the original Mario Party. Not the original.
Literally
The,
just pay for my ticket.
no, the remastered Mario Party one that came out.
Rob, I'll pick you up.
last year.
like,
It had it
I don't-
online.
I'll
Derek,
pick
did
you
we-
up.
Did anyone ever confirm that Mario Party has it online?
The newest one, the like remake of the old ones. Yeah, you can play that online.
But does it have good online? Like, is it?
Oh, I don't know. I watched like Simple Flips play it. It seemed
Shout out to
pretty good.
Simple Flips.
Shout out to Simple Flips. Oh, I'm not wearing my Dad Please Come Home shirt. Damn.
Aw.
Does this count? I don't think it does, but
Who is Simple Flips?
You don't know
You
who
don't know
Simple
Simple
Flips
Flips?
is?
No, I've never heard of him.
Brush your teeth.
yo,
bitch.
the fact that Rob and Derek both said it at the exact same time,
Damn, he's their fan.
I think you're the problem, buddy.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Okay,
Watch more Simple
now-
Flips.
last topic here.
Is it the last?
Personal
is
fan
the
of this one.
Yeah, see, I
Okay.
curated each article to everyone's interest.
Uh
Mine
huh.
was-
Yeah.
So
This one is
so-
of particular interest
Right,
to
right.
yours truly.
Dolphin's coming to Steam, apparently. I was very surprised when I read this. I'm shocked that Nintendo isn't going to or hasn't yet tried to like stop this from happening. But Dolphin, which is like
Okay,
I imagine
so-
is the most popular emulator, right? Like ever.
It's one of the more well-known ones. So because Dolphin handles both Wii and GameCube, and I want to maybe say Wii U, I could be wrong about that though. But it's basically one of the more popular emulators out there for being able to, actually run these games. As far as the legality question of it and why Nintendo isn't, just throwing their meat around because apparently they just own the entire industry now.
Mhm.
See, the thing about emulation is it's legal as long as you rip the stuff yourself from a copy that you own. You are allowed to do with that copy what you want to do with. You just cannot redistribute that.
I
And that's where
understand
the
that.
legality of this comes into play. So
Which is a topic that we have previously discussed on a four-man.
I just don't like. I understand that like he's legally allowed to. The problem is that I just think Nintendo will try and find whatever way they can to stop it from happening.
They
just-
can't.
they can if they want, but how are they going to do that when they already have something like RetroArch on the platform?
2 words.
Right.
Nintendo ninjas. They will
Again,
attack you in the
they can't do anything about it if maybe you've got failing hardware. They can't do anything about that if this software is free for starters, and B, it's being used through your own stuff that you ripped yourself. Like, they can't really do anything about that. They have to go after the user or the end user if they want to do that. Dolphin is well within their rights to do that if something like RetroArch is supported on Steam, because you can emulate Nintendo games there too. Why haven't they done anything about that?
Right. I think this. I mean, like, I think it's going to open up a whole new generation of players for older games because, like, I think people will just see that Dolphin's more readily available. Not that it was hard to get, but like, like if it's not on like a Steam page, for example, you
Yeah,
have to find it somewhere.
there's some copies out of games out there that are just ridiculous in price. I mean,
Right.
you've got copies of, not even on this platform itself, like copies of Panzer Dragoon for the Saturn. Like, it's over $1,000 for a copy.
Really?
Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is at least a couple of hundred, and some people aren't going to want to pay that price. So, naturally, they're going to turn to the only avenue available to them.
That's like the last
but-
GameCube game I need for my collection, and it's just I cannot pull the trigger on it. It's too expensive every time I see it.
It's just how it happens.
Which
But with the Dolphin
Fire
release
Emblem,
on
Path of
Steam,
Radiance.
for anybody out there that's interested in emulating these, the Steam description will boast about how it can play classics from the big ends, cube-shaped, and motion-controlled consoles in 4K with modern controller support. I have tested that and confirmed. Hacked widescreen and HD texture packs, I have also seen.
Cool.
Better frame rates, can confirm. Local multiplayer, can confirm. Save states, well, I mean, that's par for the course with emulation, but, same with these next two. Slow motion and turbo button presses. The big point to this is that they do not come with or will allow this Steam release of it to pirate any Nintendo games. The position it's taking to defend itself is that it's a tool to run legally obtained copies of these games, which you can do.
Mm-hmm.
We will see. Time will tell if they will be able to, actually get away with this. But I think that being able to preserve the past is an important thing. And if there's one thing I absolutely cannot stand about Nintendo, it's that they refuse to acknowledge past titles. They will, but they will, but they will go about it in the worst possible ways, because we've all seen how horrible the Switch emulation is compared to just going out and doing it yourself.
Right.
But what's really interesting to me on this is, what is this going to mean for the Steam Deck when that drops?
I think emulation is going really ham on Steam Deck. Like, there's a lot of different ones on the Steam Deck particularly. I think they're going to keep it in mind. I think they already have I think Steam Deck people have a way to run Dolphin on it already, just not like officially.
Yeah, you usually have to, since it's basically, I believe it's running off of a Linux boot in the first place. There are ways to do that so that you can boot into that.
Yeah, it's indirectly.
But for the average consumer that decides to buy a Steam Deck and doesn't want to go through all the gymnastics required to do something like that, absolutely mod everything. I think it's a really good thing for Steam Deck users that don't want to get their feet, or that want to get their feet wet and that kind of stuff, but don't really want to bother with all the bells and whistles that come with it.
Real quick, as a side note, I don't want to distract too much from the conversation, but that comment about mod the hell out of it was don't need to know, or as we have tried to eloquently say, don't need to know. Says
Fuck now, but go ahead.
yeah, fuck you, Rob. Says that they personally would love to see us do a Left 4 Dead live
Back 4 Blood.
4-man.
I think
all
that
in the
would be
same
fun
room,
if we
Left 4
did
Dead.
modded.
Modded?
And then that's where the mod the hell out of it
I'm
came
just
from. Is
going to
is
take
a
this
Left
as
4
my
Dead
requirement
stream,
for us doing this. If we want to do this, the flashlights need to project the Doge icon,
Well,
Okay.
and then I'll be on board for it.
I figured we
Rob,
play
you pick the mods and set it up, and we'll play.
Why don't we just play Back 4 Blood?
No, they want to see us play that
Because I want to play Left 4
4-man
Dead 2.
same room. That's what Don't Need to Know wants is that was their recommendation for a 4-man in person playthrough is
Coach's Basic Infected.
Left 4 Dead. So I mentioned that I'm trying to get you guys to play Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 on PC so that we can all play it together, or Left 4 Dead 2 at least, or at the very least Back 4 Blood. Like
I would.
I'm still
more
waiting for
prefer-
Sea of Thieves. Don't you fucking get me started. This is
Dude,
another
we
game
can play on any
rant,
Friday.
baby.
But
You would. Oh
every other
my
Friday
god!
you're
How
going.
many more times are you gonna say? Don't get me started, and then blah blah blah, exposition, blah blah blah. I'm going to vlog
Hey,
about
Rob.
my life for 30
Rob.
Here
minutes
it comes.
and make it
You ready to see
blah, blah,
Rob
blah, blah.
freak out?
Hey Rob,
Yeah,
have
come
you
on, bring it.
downloaded Sea of Thieves yet?
No, you want to know why? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm doing it
fuck you,
expressly to
Rob.
piss you off. The fuck you.
Okay, things are a little heated.
I thought he was gonna say the thing to trigger Rob.
No, not
He's been
yet.
working on it all day.
Not yet. I'm now savoring that shit, Derek.
I gotta
Oh,
savor it. You couldn't savor your last relationship, you fucktard. Don't come at me with that shit.
Oh my god. Shots fired. Okay,
No.
moving
Oh
on.
wait, if we're
Moving
firing
on.
shots, no,
Moving
you
on.
said shots fired. Rob, when was your last relationship?
Oh shit.
We're not gonna talk about that. That's
Oh.
Yeah.
voluntarily by
Yeah.
choice. Voluntarily by choice.
What was it?
Like I choose
voluntarily
to be
by
a virgin
choice.
still.
Hey, Rob.
Okay, that's unsanitary, and now you have COVID. Anyway, back to Dolphin. Are you gonna?
But anyway,
Yo, I'm down. I want to play Sea of Thieves so bad.
okay, no, you've had your half an hour. This is mine and Derek's time.
Fuck you.
But yeah, back to Dolphin.
Yeah, Dolphin. Yes, please.
I would love to play games on the go. Like this would make me want to get a Steam Deck if everything could work as smoothly as it claims. I'd imagine you'd be able to run games smoothly even on the Steam Deck, considering all the games are Wii and below. Does Dolphin also do Wii U?
Well, if you, yeah, I don't think Dolphin does Wii U. The article specifically states that it's
Wii and GameCube.
yeah, pretty much Wii and GameCube. I can give you an idea of what those file sizes would look like, or what they are, actually, I should say, if you give me like 1 second to go through my files here real quick of legally acquired games. Absolutely. Typical game seems to be on average about, I want to say like a gig and a half. So,
That's
I mean, comparing that to the other stuff that's out there and
right.
recent file sizes and nowadays, I feel like even that with reduced hardware, that's still a strong possibility. And I think that would really, really go in the Steam Deck's favor for something like that. I think that would be really cool.
I don't think it's really a memory issue. I'm thinking more of the hardware because you can easily put an SD card in. Bam, you have like a terabyte of storage now. But
Yeah, I don't think the storage was the main point I was really concerned with, since that's already got expandable storage. The performance would be something I definitely want to see, especially if it's something that they can get verified by Steam or whatever their process is.
I mean,
but
if it's going on Steam, right? Like, it's got to be verified if Steam will let it be on there. So,
no,
well, we all
Dolphin
saw what
has-
happened with Left 4 Dead, or not Left 4 Dead. What the hell was it called?
Last
not
Uh,
Back 4 Blood, right?
Last of Us.
Us?
That's what it was.
Last of Us.
Only
Okay.
because it's on Steam doesn't mean it's immediately certified for the Steam Deck. That comes from the developer who optimizes it for the Steam Deck. It can be playable on the Steam Deck.
And I
doesn't mean
mean,
it's not
I would
certified.
think that they would do that, something just to be able to get that out there. And I feel like for the exposure that would give it, that would be insane. Especially since you could actually have a Steam Deck as your main portable console at this point. Thanks for calling me out.
What? What? Call you out? What?
Sorry, I thought that was intended for me, but
No.
I really, instead of having to go through like different channels and like, while it's cool and all, you can get like a Raspberry Pi to run like RetroArch or something like that,
Mhm.
or do something like that. I think it would be really cool to have an officially licensed console that could play this stuff and play it efficiently and have it like endorsed by Steam.
Right.
Like I think that would be really huge for this, because I'm really big on that preservation and being able to like remember where people come from.
I can honestly like chime in, and you know, the Rob and me like dynamic aside, I completely agree, because I've actually had Rob help me out with a few things and a few projects that I have coming up on my own personal shit that I'm going to be going through, and I personally view emulation as a way of remembering games and, you know, maybe systems, or but mostly games developers that maybe got overlooked, that had a touch in an aspect to them that should continue to shine, but it's impossible now. Like you have to either have the game or spend thousands of dollars on a copy of the game, and then you need to have a system that plays it. Like, fuck that. Like, I like the preservation of the memory, and Rob has been a huge help for me to get that going.
I
And
got them Jesus fingers.
you do. Oh, trust. Oh, that's what I hear every time Rob tells me he's got Jesus fingers. Every time, that's my reaction. But yeah, no, I agree. Like the preservation of like older games is something that needs to be able to be accessible to the normal person, right? Like, so I think Dolphin coming to Steam would be great for somebody who maybe never got the opportunity to experience some of those older games. Is younger people in general, right? Like people that were born recently, or, you know, in the past several years, that never got the chance to buy those consoles or have those original games.
I'll
Like,
flick through like comments on YouTube and Twitter and whatnot, and I'll see people commenting on games, even for like something like Metroid Prime, and be talking about it like it's a fresh new experience for them. It's like, it kind of hurts a little bit, because it's like, wow, we really got all these good games, but some of these guys coming up, or these new generations coming up, just did not get to experience what we got when developers, and some developers still are, don't get me wrong, but when developers were really just, man, they actually cared, and they wanted to put out a quality product, and being able to, I want Dolphin to do well with this decision and see this come about really well, so that it encourages other emulators and their developers to kind of push for this kind of thing too, because with this hobby itself, the whole reason we all got into this is because we had access to being able to play such bangers growing up, and having that accessibility to be able to deal with what we're dealing with now, but still being able to touch the classics and in an easy and accessible way, I think is going to be huge for this.
How
I
much does it
agree,
cost
100%. I
how much
agree.
does it cost to repair like a GameCube? Because at some point, right, like retro console is going to be.
It's going to depend on what. It's going to depend entirely on the cost of the part, and perchance what the labor rate usually is. Sorry, that's my
For
medication.
fuck's sake, Rob!
It's your barbecue sauce alarm. You got to chug your
It's my
barbecue sauce.
Good a time as any. But no, that's for my medication. But usually when it comes to console repairs, it's going to depend on what the part's going to cost and the labor rate that's going to go into it. It will usually depend, unless you're doing that yourself. And honestly, for the average Joe that doesn't really deal with repairs, I wouldn't recommend it. Some of these older consoles, like the Wii in particular, they can be a catty bitch to fix.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's my point being, is that like it's gonna get expensive to preserve these old consoles that you've, you know, possibly held on all these years to play your retro games when you can just have emulation. Itchy nose. Yeah, so like I think it's great. I think what they said about how like why they're doing what they're doing in terms of not presenting games. I think that also just would have led them into lawsuits of like trying to sell or even if it was free someone else's game. But this makes more sense. Like okay, we're gonna give you the emulator. You just have to provide the game legally. I think that was like the best
Right.
possible route to go with. So this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm what? Someone say something? Hello?
No, I was just agreeing
Oh.
with you.
Yeah, like I'm super excited to see.
I know
this
it's a rare occurrence that you had to take a second to understand, but yeah, he was agreeing with you.
Oof.
Like I just don't like you guys,
Why do we do this?
It
This really is the last episode. 200. It was a good run, guys.
was a good
Yeah,
run.
you'll-
This is where
You
it all
guys will
falls
never
apart.
see me again. This is the last 4-way. It'll be 3 from now on.
Well, there's been some chat. I don't know. No, but yeah. So I'm pretty excited about this. I hope it works out well. I hope Dolphin doesn't get into any
Yeah,
issues.
I think it's going to be good for this
Yeah,
kind of thing.
for sure.
I'm absolutely pulling for it.
Please give us
I
one good.
am
thing.
too.
Wait,
I
doesn't Dolphin have like online capabilities?
Why don't I find out?
Yeah, that's how we were going to play
I
Mario
think it's
Splendors,
certain
remember?
games, right? Like
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. And we kind of did too.
I think it's certain games though.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. We got it to work too. Yes. Then we'll finally be able to play Double Dash. Have a Double Dash tournament. Mario Super Sluggers, even though it only supports 2 people for some dumb reason.
Yeah, you can like start net play sessions and browse net play sessions. So yeah, it's perfectly doable. We can finally get that Kirby Air Ride night going.
Yeah, I never played it, so the game that only needs 2 buns, which is pretty impressive.
Oh, it's such a game. Such a game.
Let's
But,
see, third person.
Yeah, circling back, I do agree that Dolphin coming to Steam would be a great prospect because I love the idea of people who didn't get the chance to play them up front having that accessibility of some of the emulated games and stuff, and yeah, having the multiplayer aspect would be great. It almost feels like there's a gatekeeping when it comes to gaming, and that's set by the developers themselves, right? Like, you want to know what good games are, but yet you can't play them.
I was gonna
Unless-
say more the publisher, right? I like Nintendo and stuff like that.
Publisher, yes. I'm sorry, not
Yeah.
publisher, yes. The publisher dictates what is and what isn't okay. And sometimes that's counterproductive to trying to build a bigger fan base. Like, we're in fucking 2023, dog. Like, you need to be able to have people who were born in 2005, 2006 access some of those earlier titles that made your fucking franchise blossom, grow, and is now a goddamn garden.
Yeah, like Luigi's Mansion.
But if you're not going to provide it, you should not disable somebody who is willing to provide that for free to provide you with future prosperity. That's all I'm saying. Like,
That was beautiful.
I try my best.
Uh,
Speaking of, real quick, I know we are way late. Speaking of future prosperity and everything, and
It's the 2000.
you know,
2000. Wow, I can't wait for 2000. This is going to get even more horrible. No, this is the 200 episode. Send it.
yeah, 200th episode, Goons Games Gear. Like, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook,
Are we
Instagram, Rumble. No, we're not ending.
You're
I'm just
laughing?
throwing out
Okay,
all your
hit the-
shit
hit the button.
for you.
that's-
I'm ending all your shit for you. No, do not end that button. Do not. I have a serious thing that I need to bring up. So, me as an individual, I love to try and
Man,
my love language is purchasing gifts, right? And I want to purchase nice gifts for my friends. And recently I was looking online and I found some shit, and I was thinking about you, Rob, and I wanted to buy it for you, but I wanted to confirm ahead of time, and I figured live is the best way to do it. You said that your favorite Doom was the first one, right? Like, Doom, 1993, the original Doom. That's your
I
favorite?
go with Doom 2, but
I'm pretty sure his
absolutely,
favorite
just
Doom
both
3
Doom,
on
Doom 2.
360.
Okay.
I'll kill you.
Doom BF3.
So here's the thing, right? Like, I'm trying to be real here, fucking head goon. Like, come on, man.
Oh my god, you're gonna propose? Oh my god, yes!
Yeah. I found this. I found this
Will you
thing,
marry
and
me?
I was like, you know
No,
what?
get him
Rob
out there,
loves.
get him out there.
But here's the problem, right? I had thought you said the original Doom, so I was looking at it, and I'm like, I can't quite afford it yet, and that's generally my problem. I found a fucking statue for Derek. I can point at this one easily. That I wanted to buy for him, but it was fucking $500, and I found an item online when I was browsing because I was thinking of my friends, and I do this periodically, and I found something for you, and I wanted to buy it, but I just couldn't.
But you
And
bought
then-
an engagement ring instead.
Almost. I added it.
Don't worry.
Rob, I added it to cart, and I was going to save it for the next time I see you in person. And then I had a question about which Doom was your favorite, and that's why I asked. And I'm glad I asked, because you said Doom 2 is probably your favorite. And I thought it was the original, so obviously,
I lump them together, honestly.
But obviously, I looked into the original, the better, the all-time greatest Doom, which was Wolfenstein. And then I started questioning, why did they ever come out with Doom and Doom 2 when they could have just ran with the Wolfenstein line?
Well, they did.
So I bought you a Wolfenstein is the greatest game ever. Fuck Doom. It's the ginger bastard child poster. So that'll be on your way soon. But yeah, I just wanted your thoughts on that, Rob. Because I mean, if you really think about it, all of the Wolfenstein like new adaptations. I mean, I love Doom. But why are we calling it Doom and not Wolfenstein? So, isn't Wolfenstein the better game?
It is the original. A functionally different character. It's
that Pogoblin?
A nameless guy that's literally a descendant of William Joseph Blazkowicz. But, you know.
B.J. Blazkowicz, baby. Original? What is the Doom guy's name?
His full name is William Joseph Blazkowicz, if you're talking about Wolfenstein. Doom, there's been a few
Doom
different
was like,
names
you know
for
what?
the guy.
We need
It's
a
never a
second-hand
consistent thing.
No, Doom said, you know what? We need a second-hand
thrown around
child that we can just throw away and let this Wolfenstein franchise fucking blossom and prosper. So we've got B.J. Blazkowicz and his entire line versus Doom guy. And you know what? I think Wolfenstein
because
I like
of that
Doom. I like
they
playing
pretty
Doom.
Much said so.
Wolfenstein is better than Doom. That's all I'm saying. Wolfenstein is better than Doom, Rob.
Really, my question here is, how come both Derek and Rob get considered for gifts, but I, who invite you to the podcast, get literally no consideration?
Your signed limited edition vinyl, signed by Damon Drayman from Disturbed's first album, which you can't get anymore, is on its way in the mail. So shut the fuck up and let me and Rob have this. Rob, Wolfenstein is better than Doom.
Okay. Is that true, Rob?
I put them on equal footing, but whatever.
Rob.
No, Wolfenstein is better than Doom. Doom never should have been created. It should have always been Wolfenstein.
And you're a piece of shit that doesn't know his head from his own ass.
That's
How
all
about
you got,
that,
Rob? That's all you got, Rob?
What? You already got me riled up earlier. I'm kind of sped, bro. Like, dude, I'm too tired. Like, take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Like, unless you got... Listen, man. Unless the next words out of your mouth, right? The next words out of your mouth are Robert Anthony Selko. For years you have stood faithfully by my side through sickness and through health. Will you please do me the honor of plugging my asshole and pounding until the cows come home?
Robert
Oh, sh-
Anthony Selklo, the love of my
You
life.
didn't even say my last name. Nope. Nope.
I
You're
think
a
we
piece
can
of
end
shit.
it there.
I said
guys. I'm
Selk.
calling it.
Guys, this was the 200th
Yep,
episode.
that's it.
Thanks for watching.
You know what? No.
Comment,
you know what?
subscribe.
I wish I was
Mute
the
him.
person
Mute
making
him.
your
Say
Dale's
your
Market.
outro.
I
Mute
wish
him.
I was the person making your Dale's Market chicken, so I could have peed in it.
Follow us everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I'm gonna make a MySpace soon. You can follow my top 5 songs. Spoiler alert: they're all depressing. Rate us everywhere: 5 stars. iTunes, Apple Podcasts. They're the same thing. Spotify, Google Podcasts. Comment down below your favorite color. Nobody does it. I don't know why. Just tell me your favorite color. It's not that hard.
Black and fucking purple.
He knows.
You
don't
can
need to
comment
know.
it.
I
Well,
did.
we nailed it like
I
3
think
times this
that's
whole
everything.
entire.
Oh, join the Discord.
Join
Come
the
hang out with
Discord,
us.
yes.
This is what we talk about. Just nonsense the whole time.
Guess
Hit
what
me
that
up on
sucks, yeah.
Twitter at Dead Dondus.
Yeah, I got
Yeah, at Dead
And,
Dondus. George doesn't have a
subscribe to
Twitter.
Dudes, Games, and Gear.
I don't
Dudes,
have a
Games, and
Twitter.
Gear, official
Possibly
Twitter,
upcoming
G-Phone.
at Edgy Two Swords. We don't know. I don't know. I'm old.
That's
we got
about
3
it.
seconds. Say
Ah!
something.